forgot to unmute myself. Anyways, everybody, Smiles here with Gamer Smiles, and you might notice a little bit of something new. I was lucky to acquire kind of a headset, so I'm really excited. This will actually allow me to listen to the music and the gameplay at the same time, and that was actually one of my main concerns with streaming other games. With Pokemon, I really don't need to listen to the sound or anything. I kind of know what's going on, but without it, it'd be harder to stream other games. So I'm really excited to have this headset. I actually have all the sound going here. So I can listen to the music alongside y'all, be like, ooh, that's an awesome song, and kind of jam with y'all too. So I'm really excited to do that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this intro started, and I'll see you guys in a moment. Hey, everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of Gamer Smiles. And hey, with the new headset, I'm hearing that you guys are listening to Toad's Turnpike from Mario Kart. This is the Mario Kart 8 version. So really excited that y'all I get to hear the music alongside y'all. Anyways, we do have the Pokemon here, and I can also hear the gameplay too. I actually muted the music on Pokemon so y'all can listen to music more. But anyways, so we have our old team from our last battles and singles. But the cool thing here is that this team has a couple of Pokemon here. So we have Ninetales. Actually, now listening to this, the sound seems a little bit delayed from the gameplay, but not a big deal. I mean, like I said, I don't really need to have too much from Pokemon as far as the sound goes. So you have Ninetales here. We have Corsola. We have Dragovish. We have Clefable, which is a new addition to our team. So instead of using Klefki, I decided Clefable might be a great choice here. Clefable can set up Stealth Rock, and then depending on what I need, either Wish using Calm Mind and Moonblast. We have Haxorus, and then our Angry Penguin Eskew going up here. So I'm really excited to bring this team back online in singles and see what they can do. We had an awesome episode last time. And I think we can repeat that success here. So I'm really excited to see what we're going to do here. We also have a couple fun things in the stream now too. There's a fun little bumper that happens anytime somebody does a disconnect. So I'm really excited to try that out too. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. Oh wait, not doubles. We going in singles. Uh-oh. I dropped in, but that's because I haven't been playing. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'll still keep the gameplay going so y'all can hear it, but I'm going to go ahead and turn off the monitor so I don't have to listen to the gameplay. But I do want to listen to music with y'all. I think that'll be fun. So yeah, the opponent can definitely see my team here. And let's go for it. We're at rank 5 right now, and I'm hopeful we can... Oh! We got to rank 6! Well, there you go. Awesome, we got some BP, and we're shining. We're shining today. So let's go ahead and take this team online, and let's see what we can do with it. One thing I think I would note is that because I changed Klefki to Clefable, I do have a bigger poison and a steel weakness, but not anything I can't accommodate for. Just something to be mindful of here. So yeah, here we go. We have Hydreigon, Butterfree, Galarian, Stunfisk, Slurpuff, so definitely on burden boosting here. We have Hatterene, and we have Porygon Z. So a lot of strong attackers here. What is all... Hey, what is up, Tribal Bolt? Nice to see ya. Yeah, I feel that. I did it originally in Sword and Shield, and then because I was able to transfer a lot of my old tools up for breeding, like the Perfect IV Ditto, building teams was really quick. So I like to build my own. It's more fun. It's fun, in my opinion, and it gives you more flexibility. I think in this case, I feel confident with Clefable. I do like Eskew. I feel like Eskew setting up would be really strong. I feel like the opponent will... Well, I mean, Dragovish isn't bad. I feel like if I let Slurpuff set up, that we are in trouble. So I might go with... I think I'll go with Dragovish. I think I'll go with... It's a little bit tougher to call. I kind of want to show off Clefable, but I feel like Dragovish is actually going to do more work here. With Corsola and SQ in the end. I don't think the opponent has too much to answer for Dragovish. We'll have to see. Ooh, that's a great call out. So Trifle calling out his Inteleon, being a great Pokemon there for setting up. Yeah, no, Inteleon is a very surprising Pokemon. I sometimes don't know how to deal with it online, and a lot of people underestimate it, for sure. With that, Trifle what is your best Inteleon? What is your Inteleon set? Love a Focus Energy Sniper. Yeah, that's dangerous. I can see how that can be problematic, especially because those critical hits and just powering through it are big. We're going to go with this Vicious Rend, and I just knock out the Galarian Stunfisk. Unfortunately, the opponent wasn't able to do anything. So that can always be tough whenever you don't really have an answer for a Pokemon. So we're curious to see if the opponent does have an answer here. We do see the Butterfree. So Butterfree has an opportunity to have a Focus Sash and then put me to sleep. But we'll have to see. So we're only going to go ahead and go with this Vicious Rend. And no, I just get the critical hit, and Butterfree is just knocked out here. Yeah, Dragovish is really OP for sure. It's such a very, it's a very, very OP Pokemon. I think the main thing here is that Dragovish just exerts so much pressure that it's almost impossible to stop it. But yeah, let's see if the opponent does adjust anyway. I would imagine they might Dynamax here. Yeah, I would too. Great call out here. This actually does make it a little bit harder for SQ to be able to successfully sweep. Just because SQ has to rely on Katon a physical hit before it can Dynamax here. Right, before it can, yeah, Dynamax, essentially. So, I might not Dynamax my SQ and just let the Ice Face. Yeah, I probably don't need the speed anyway. So, we actually aren't able to knock out the Hatterene, so great call out on the Dynamax. And Hatterene goes in for the G-Max Smite. That will be enough to knock out Dragovish. So, took a little bit for the opponent to find that KO there. But yeah, definitely a tough one. So, Tribal Bowl asked, did I ever get the shiny Celebi? I actually didn't. I didn't get the Celebi from the event. But I should look into that. Currently, I am shiny hunting my own Celebi in the Virtual Console of Crystal. So I'm really excited about that. If I get that Celebi, yo, we're going to be cloning with the Emerald Glitch. I'm so sorry, the Crystal Glitch for cloning in Gen 2. So really excited about that. Alright, so Hatterene does go for this Max Darkness. So I am glad that I did use that light screen, and that's going to be super helpful in the long run. That light screen really helped. So I did lose my special defense here. Yeah, that light screen did set up, so that was nice on my end and not having to deal with that much damage. We're going to see another G-Max Smite. This G-Max Smite is not going to hurt as... Ooh, actually did hurt a decent amount here. You gotta get me a cloned one. Oh yeah, I absolutely would give you a cloned one. Don't worry, Tribal Bull. If once we get the shiny Celebi's, for sure, I will be giving them out. You better believe it. But yeah, no, we got... I feel like we can win this match, even with the confusion, as long as I can power through and get one more hit here. Uh-oh, I got hit with that confusion. That's not going to be good. And we are going to see the Dark Pulse come out from this Hatterene. Well, does a decent amount here, thanks to that lowered special defense. I unfortunately don't Curse Body it, which would have been very helpful. Will we break through this confusion? We do break through the confusion. We are able to get this Nightshade off. That Nightshade is not enough to knock out Hatterene, but at that low HP, I don't think I need to set up... So we're able to disable the Dark Pulse here, which is nice, but it really doesn't make much of a difference in the long run. We're just going to hit this liquidation button. Yeah, I got a sweep with the Zero IV Magikarp. Oh, man. Now, is this IV Magikarp Zero IVs in everything, or Zero IVs in attack only? And so we'll get off this liquidation. We are going to be faster, and that'll be enough to knock out that Hatterene. So, great. I liked the end game end from the opponent. I think that Dynamax Hatterene was a great call there, and surviving the Vicious Rend and knocking out my Dragovish was awesome. to see. I think it was just a little bit too late. I had everything. Oh, everything at 2 IV. Oh man, that is a tall order. Let me tell you, Tribal Bolt. But if you can make it happen, I would love to see it. I don't know if I have that much skill to make a 0 IV Magikarp sweep. But that would be fun. Wow, that was a lot of points on that. The rank here. But yeah, for sure, the shiny Celebi. Once I get a lot, I will be giving them away. I also would love to have kind of like a charity event type deal with that. One of my friends, Daxman, 45, awesome guy. He actually, hey, no worries, Tribal Bolt. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was awesome catching up, and I appreciate you hanging out. And thank you for the follow, man. Hey, it was short but sweet. Thank you for hanging out. Had a blast. But yeah, next time we'll have to talk about the shiny Celebi. Alrighty. So the opponent is coming in with some pretty tough stuff here. A lot of especially defensively Pokemon. But we do have some physical hitters we can take advantage of with SQ in the long run. I do like SQ. I also like Haxorus because it can set up Dragon Dance. But I think the main thing here is I'm worried. Quagsire also kind of proves a little bit of a threat there with Unaware. So I do have to be mindful of that. I think setting up with Stealth Rock with Clefable is going to be helpful. I don't like Dragovish as much in this matchup because of some of the things he can switch into. I think Corsola can help in the long run, and I think either a Hitskew or a Haxorus. I feel like I'm going to deal with less status and more like maybe a physical hit, and so if I can have Mienshao be, or like Serena be the Pokemon I got to deal with, I think that's going to help out in the long run here. Setting up SQ and then kind of nailing them. And then that'll help deal with Blissey as well. So I am curious to see if the opponent does have Blissey or will use Blissey in this match. I am worried about things like Minimize. I don't know if it learns it or not. Soft Boil is going to be a pain to deal with, so we're going to have to make it work. So we are actually going to see Hatterene come out. Hatterene actually does prove a little bit of a threat, just because Clefable can't actually set up Stealth Rock right now. So I think in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and set up one Calm Mind. Let's see what happens here. And maybe the opponent might read into this a little bit. So we are going to set up this Calm Mind. I'm hopeful that this is going to be helpful in the long run. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit tougher, for sure. Hatterene is going to set up Trick Room, actually. So that's good to note. Hatterene probably is going to try to do a reverse sweep here, but as long as I can take my lumps and take some of these attacks, we can survive in the long run. So we are going to see the Mystical Fire. That will make my special attack drop, unfortunately. But I will be able to use that red card, actually, and have Hatterene switch out. So that was a nice little tech there. I should have called that out, and I should have set up Stealth Rock here. Blissey is sent out, so a lot of specially defensive Pokemon. We can use that to our advantage, though. Blissey is going to take some damage here. I think I'm going to now set up Stealth Rock. Oh, man, I wish I could have called that out. If he attacked and then I used the red card, I could have then set up Stealth Rock here. But hopefully we can use this to our advantage. Maybe if Blissey does stay in, thank goodness. And that will be enough to set up Stealth Rock here. That is perfect. Exactly what I want to see here. Blissey is going to use Tri-Attack, actually. So maybe a chance for Paralysis or Burn. Not too worried about that. I think what I want to do here is I want to set up Wish. Blissey is not really exerting much offensive pressure, and I can use that to my advantage. So I am going to use this Wish, kind of just staying in the field as long as I can with this Clefable, and let's see what boost I can get. So we are going to get one more Tri-Attack here. Alright, and I am paralyzed, so unfortunate there, but we'll make it work. That means Blissey does outspeed, but Blissey will not be able to KO here. So I do actually set up one more Calm Mind, because now I'm in Trick Room, I'm actually a lot faster, which is nice. So I get my special attack up to 1, and I get my special defense up to 2. Blissey also is going to match my Calm Mind, so I think I am worried about having SQ deal with that. And I get all my healing back, which is nice. Trick Room is over. So I'm going to go ahead and use Wish one more time. And let's see what we can do to kind of make this work. Blissey is going to go ahead and set up another Calm Mind here. Blissey's special attack at that +2, so it is going to be pretty powerful here. But I'm hopeful that I can try to do something like, if I switch into SQ into this Wish, that might be enough to set up and start the sweep, and let's go and make it work. So let's see if this will work. I'm going to go ahead and switch into SQ. Unfortunately, we'll have to take the special attack. but I am confident that with the Wish, I can at least heal up a decent amount of damage here. So Blissey actually is going to set up one more Calm Mind. So great call out there. I won't get any of the benefits of the Wish. And Blissey is at +3. Oh my goodness, that's going to hurt. So I guess I have the question here. Do I set up the Belly Drum? Or, yeah, I don't feel as confident setting that Belly Drum. But I do feel confident setting up the Max Hailstorm and just hitting as hard and as furious as I can here. So I am going to Dynamax and try to hit Blissey on its weaker defensive side. I won't be getting the speed boost, but I do feel that the opponent's team isn't max. It's not really going to deal with speed. And so I really don't need to outspeed. I just need to outpower. And I think SQ might have just the raw power that might be helpful here. So hopeful that we can do something with this. But let's see. Let's make it work. We are going to hit with this stabbed Max Hailstorm. Can we get a good KO here? That's what we need. And we don't get the KO, but we do a decent amount of damage. Depends on what we're going to see from Blissey. Blissey could potentially... Blissey does eat a berry. Oof, you hate to see it. That berry is actually a defensive berry, and we're going to see the Tri-Attack there. So we are able to take it okay. But yeah, I think that the defensive berry is going to make this KO a little bit harder. Can SQ get another? Can we get another Max Hailstorm up in here? Maybe we get this next KO. Here we go, Max Hailstorm coming in full force, and we do get the KO on Blissey. A critical hit on that, so lucky us. I'm very grateful for that. And I'm hopeful that we can get one more KO. Come on, SQ. Can we make this work? Can we get some benefits here? So the opponent is going to go ahead and send in Quagsire. Quagsire, great Pokemon choice here because Quagsire is going to be immune to... so it does take that Stealth Rock damage, but it's going to be unaware. It's not going to really care about any of the stat boosts I have. That's one of the things I did with my own Blissey. But the nice thing here is that I really am not going to use the stat boost here. I feel like Corsola can help in the long run. So we are going to hit with this Max Hailstorm. It does decent amount of damage, but we could probably see Quagsire using some defensive maneuvers. It is going to use that stockpile. It is going to try to buff up its defenses. And Quagsire, it has the Recover, which makes it a little bit harder. Quagsire does lose some damage thanks to the hail, but it does also recover its HP thanks to the leftovers. So SQ is going to go ahead and retreat here. Going to go ahead and shrink down. I feel like in this case, I could activate my own Belly Drum. Let's see what happens here. Maybe Quagsire will stockpile more. I won't get a defensive boost. I won't be able to power through with my attack just because it is unaware. But this could help deal with Hatterene in the long run. So we are going to get the increase of attack. And I do eat my citrus berries. So curious to see if Quagsire took this and decided, hey, you know what, I am going to try to attack here or set up more. So Quagsire does set up the Recover. Make it a little bit harder to deal with it in the long run. But I also have things like Strength Sap. Basically, I just want it to be where it's Quagsire versus Corsola at the end game. And I think that can be possible here. So Quagsire does recover with the leftovers. But yeah, at this point, I'm not going to be able to outspeed. I'm trying to think. Icicle Crash, I mean, I'm not going to be overpowering, basically. Icicle Crash sits at 85, but it gets stabbed. I could flinch it. I think flinching is helpful. I'm not going to be able to power through this Quagsire. It definitely is unaware. So we do get off the Icicle Crash, and we're actually going to see this right now. Yeah, so Quagsire takes normal damage as expected. It is unaware, but that flinch is going to be helpful. The hail is going to end, though, which does make it a little bit tougher to deal with Quagsire in the long run. This Quagsire is just going to keep on recovering thanks to the leftovers and try to wear me down that way. I feel like in this case I don't want to make misses, and lowering its defense actually will be very helpful. I am going to try to hit with this Liquidation. Again, not going to do too much here, but the lower defense in the long run is going to be helpful. Quagsire is going to go for that stockpile, so it is now at +2. But again, main thing here is that I don't want to deal with Quagsire from a stockpile perspective. I want to deal with it from a knocking it out, or kind of lowering its defenses. The stockpile can only go up to 3, and so I could probably get 3 defensive boosts, and that means you're at normal defense. So we're going to see the Skull come out finally, so trying to knock out my SQ at this point. SQ does survive with 8 HP, which is nice. So I do get one more turn of this. But yeah, Quagsire definitely standing tall here. We are going to go fire off this Liquidation, and I'm hopeful that we can go ahead and knock out this Quagsire. So Quagsire, unfortunately, is just standing tall and not getting knocked out when it's a bit. And so we do have SQ knocked out, so Whew, this is a tough one. I did figure as much that it wouldn't be as easy to knock out Quagsire for sure. Um, I think the tough thing is, do I call in Clefable? I really can't lower its defenses anymore, so special defenses as it is. Or do I call in Corsola, calling out that you are going to switch into Hatterene and hit you with the Nightshade, and hopefully wear you down that way. So we are going to have Corsola get in the fray here. And so I mean, I'm curious to see what the opponent is going to make their call here. So I'm willing to play defensively. So Quagsire actually does try to stay in, so I am going to hit it with this Nightshade. And Quagsire goes for the Toxic, actually. Oof, that actually is worse than the Scald here. The Toxic will slowly take away my HP, and that's just going to be very tough to deal with. Quagsire does recover its HP, so I guess my question here is, like, do I feel confident that Quagsire is going to stay in? Because I can burn Quagsire, but I don't know if I can go for the full Toxic. I don't think I will outpace him in damage, essentially. So I get off this Will-O-Wisp, which is nice, but I think in the long run that will help negate the leftovers recovery, but it is going to be tougher. Quagsire does get that recover off, but yeah, I'm not doing enough damage to knock this thing out, and that's just it's gonna put a damper here. I'm trying to think of what would be the win condition, because if Quagsire is just an immovable object, I'm not going to be able to win this. So yeah, Quagsire is definitely a dangerous Pokemon, and kind of looking into this, I could have played Dragovish for sure, especially with their lineup, because I would have, even if I didn't get the attack boost, I would have powered through Quagsire. Yeah, I wish I did play Dragovish, to be honest. It was Quagsire, Hatterene, and Blissey. Yeah, I feel like I would have had enough to deal with Dragovish as the lead. And so, yeah, I honestly can't think of anything. So we'll go ahead and forfeit this one. The opponent did a great job there, amazing job. Quagsire is definitely an incredible threat. It also could have Water Absorb, and so that was a opportunity there, but most don't have Water Absorb. So it looks like, okay, cool, the music's backed up. So we do see Hatterene with the Focus Sash, actually. So great call out there. Actually, the opponent was prepared for my Dragovish. So awesome job, because I would have hit it, it would have survived, sets up Trick Room, and then the next turn, I either get knocked out with the Misty Explosion, or I'm going to have to deal with another Pokemon taking considerable damage. So really smart play. The opponent was prepared for Dragovish. Yeah, the unaware Quagsire, great call out here. We have Toxtricity with Assault Vest. Very interesting. We see the Nuzzle, but as well as the Hex to kind of deal additional damage. And then Overdrive, so probably Punk Rock to boost that Overdrive. And really just hammering that defensive pressure here. Yeah, Blissey, when it loses, basically hits a physical attack, eats that Key Berry, and it's able to gain a lot of physical defense. And I mean, amazing special defense. I like the idea of Serene Grace on Blissey, so it can have more chances with the burn or paralysis or freeze on Tri-Attack. Shadow Ball to lower your special defense, and Soft Boiled. So Blissey, an amazing tank. What was that, Mark? That's kind of cool. I didn't catch it actually, but that is cool. It had a pretty interesting mark. We have Hatterene here. Hatterene having the weakness policy, and Mienshao with a choice band. So really well thought out team from this opponent. I really like a lot of the tech this opponent had. So that was really cool. Yeah, so let's continue battling, and hopefully we can get another victory here. So lost a couple points, but no biggie. We'll take a French fry break. Alrighty, so we have another opponent, rank 6. This opponent has Azumarill, Jellicent, Minccino, Grimmsnarl, Durant, and Flygon. So a lot of interesting and strong Pokemon. One Pokemon in particular, that Jellicent, kind of puts a little bit of a damper on Dragovish. I don't actually see Dragovish as the Pokemon that will be the one exerting its pressure. I'm also a little bit worried about Minccino, because Minccino only needs one hit to break the Ice Face, and therefore the rest of the hits are going to be really powerful here. especially with Rock Blast. I don't know if I can survive Minccino. So, I do like the idea of Haxorus. I feel like Haxorus does have an opportunity here to set up and get going. I think my question here is how do I kind of deal with the other opposing Pokemon? So, I think what I want to do is, yeah, Durant can be the lead here. So, it is a little bit risky, so I am going to try to play Clefable, Corsola, and Haxorus, and let's see what happens here. I think the main thing I want to do is set up the Stealth Rock to help deal with some damage, and then from there, being able to have Haxorus set up and really start hammering the opponent with really strong attacks. I can also set up Wish if I may need to switch into my Haxorus later down the line. But yeah, that Minccino really does put a threat. It does threaten a lot of my Pokemon, and so does that Jellicent. So don't feel as confident with the Dragovish, despite the fact it can punch a lot of holes. But I think setting up the Stealth Rock is going to be helpful. Excuse me, and Corsola is a great defensive Pokemon. Yeah, it's going to helpful a lot. Excuse me, against Durant. So we're actually going to see the Jellicent lead. So I am very glad I didn't go with Dragovish immediately against Clefable. So this is nice. I don't have to worry about a crazy setup immediately. We could see a Trick Room come up, but I can take things a little bit slower, which is very nice. So Jellicent actually is going to go for Will-O-Wisp. I think this was the opponent con to see if I do have Magic Art or not. So I will get burned here. That's helpful to note. And I am going to use the Stealth Rock here. So the Stealth Rock does set up, and I am going to be taking a little bit of damage from that burn. I'm going to go ahead and use Calm Mind. Just getting one boost here helps me deal with Jellicent in the long run, or anything the opponent might throw at me, like a Grimmsnarl, and then I can use that to my advantage if they come out later in the game. I don't mind Jellicent whenever Haxorus comes in, but I don't want Jellicent right now to use Will-O-Wisp again. I'm kind of waiting for that opportunity to see when it comes up. So, and we have the Animal Crossing music play. I was going to hum along with it. So Jellicent actually does switch out, which is great to see right now. And Moo Moo Farm, and we actually see Durant come in. So some Stealth Rock damage there. I am going to go ahead and set up this Calm Mind. So hopeful that will help kind of deal with a couple of... well, it won't necessarily deal with Durant in the way that I was anticipating it to. I will be able to hit some damage off of it, but I don't think I am going to knock it out. The Clefable has done its job. I don't anticipate it to be super strong or anything here. Durant does have to be mindful. Clefable can carry Mystical Fire, and it's only seen the Stealth Rock, and it's only seen the Calm Mind. So Durant might play a little bit more cautiously, in which case I can use that to my advantage. And so I'm hopeful that might be the case here. I don't know if Durant thinks it can... It probably can knock out Clefable, actually. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does. But, yeah, I think it really depends on what the Durant can do. So Durant is going to go for that Dynamax immediately. We are going to see this Max Steel Spike come at me. I am curious if this knocks me out, and if it doesn't knock me out, does my red card immediately activate? Because if so, that is going to be a move, let me tell you. So let's see what happens here. I do have a steel weakness that I have to contend with for sure. But hopeful that I can at least survive one and make this work. So we are going to see the Max Steel Spike. Maybe we do survive this one. Nope, we aren't able to survive it, unfortunately. And so that does put a little bit of a damper here. The defense is going to go up a little bit for Durant. And it does reveal the Life Orb, so that's helpful to note as well. We're going to go ahead and bring in Corsola. My hope here is I can use a Strength Sap, kind of lower Durant's attack, and be able to survive the next one here. So we are going to use the Strength Sap instead of the Nightshade, or instead of the Will-O-Wisp, so I can get my healing back up. But let's see what Durant does. Probably Crunch is coming our way for sure, and we will be taking a pretty strong attack with that. I'm trying to think what else we could see with Durant. It might... Yeah, I mean, it could go for another Steel Spike, which actually would be very nice. It only gets stabbed versus that 2x super effective. So I am hopeful for another Steel Spike. We are going to see the Steel Spike again, so that's very nice to see. I'm okay with that. I take that decently well, considering what Durant can do. Durant gets a defense boost, which isn't ideal in the long run, but this Strength Sap is going to help so much I lower Durant's attack, and I'm going to get all that damage back, healed up. Woo! That is so nice. Basically, all that happened that turn was Durant got a defense boost, which is super helpful, and a -1 attack, basically trading a defense boost for an attack drop. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Durant switch out later in the game, and so I will be using that to my advantage for sure. Durant actually is going to switch out now, so interesting to see that. The opponent is going to bring in Jellicent. We do see Jellicent come back out. Jellicent is going to be taking some damage thanks to the Stealth Rock, which would be helpful. And I do get off the Strength stat, but it doesn't do anything. Lowering Jellicent's attack doesn't help me out in any regard, so I do lose some power points. So at the end of the day, I didn't really get much there. Jellicent does reveal the leftovers though, which is helpful to see. I think in this case, I do feel confident hitting up this light screen here, and I think that will help me out in the long run. Jellicent goes for the Will-O-Wisp, trying to go for the slow burn on my Corsola as well. And I can see this as well. Great opportunity for me to lose some HP, and by losing some of that HP, would make it easier for the opposing Pokemon to deal with me in the long run. So I do get off this light screen, but I don't know if I feel confident bringing in Haxorus right at this moment. Actually, I do. I feel confident bringing in Haxorus right now. Because most likely what's going to happen is Jellicent is going to use something like Shadow Ball. I should be able to survive one with the light screen, and then set up Dragon Dance. And the opponent might think, oh, I get a chance to burn ya. But I am going to deny that opportunity. So we are going to see the Shadow Ball come in from the Jellicent. Does a decent amount, not too bad there, and luckily there, thanks to the light screen, I'm able to take that hit comfortably, and I don't have to worry about the special defense drop. Now, Jellicent might feel confident going in for a, whatchamacallit, a Will-O-Wisp, but I am anticipating this, and I'm very comfortable going for this Dragon Dance. We'll have to see, though, if it decides to go for the Will-O-Wisp. If Jellicent tries to do one more Will-O-Wisp, if it misses a Will-O-Wisp, then I definitely will go for another Dragon Dance. And then that will be an amazing opportunity for me to really start sweeping here. I think the opponent does have to think, does he have the Lum Berry? Are you packing the Lum Berry? Because it feels pretty easy for me to pack this. So, hopeful for a Will-O-Wisp miss, which will be helpful. But the Lum Berry will help in the long run. So we do get off the Dragon Dance here. And we do see the Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp does connect. Totally fine. Now the question is, can I knock out this Jellicent in one attack? So I get the burn, but I eat that Lum Berry, and uh-oh, looks like Jellicent is going to have to deal with a fully one attack, one speed boosted Haxorus. We are going for this Max Wormwind. We are going to try to knock out this Jellicent here. And Jellicent decides to stay in. So the question is, can Jellicent survive a +1 Max Wormwind from this Haxorus? Haxorus has incredibly high attack, so this is a tall order for sure, but I am curious to see how this all shakes out. So we are going to get the Dynamax here, and I get off the Max Wormwind. Will this be enough for the Jellicent knockout? We are able to knock out Jellicent one hit. Woo! There you go. The Lum Berry coming in clutch here, which is awesome to see. And so the opponent now has to make another decision. Who am I going to send out? Well, most likely that Durant. So it can better survive the attacks here. But yeah, thanks to Stealth Rock, Durant is going to take a lot more damage, making it easier for my Max Knuckle actually to knock out here, which I'm very happy to see. 95 base attack isn't the ideal for a Dynamax move, but a +1 in attack afterwards is really helpful. We are going to see the Durant come back out. Thank you for the Stealth Rock to help lower that that HP even further. And let's go with this Max Knuckle. I'm confident that we can either get an attack boost or get pretty far. And thank you for Corsola being that defensive buffer. We are going to see the first impression, actually. Really strong attack there. Durant loses some HP, so that actually helps me out in the long run. I do get off this Max Knuckle, and we're going all in. We are able to knock out that Durant. And thank you for that additional insurance to knock out the Durant. I think that was super helpful to have. So thank you, Durant, for that. Light screen is over. So that will be a little bit tougher to deal with, but I'm confident that whatever the last Pokemon is, we are able to knock this out. We got the Minccino, So Minccino doesn't have priority, and so we're gonna just fire off a, yeah, I mean a +2 super effective Max Knuckle. Let's go for it. This is gonna hurt. And we are gonna get this final Max Knuckle out there, and this should be enough to knock out Minccino. There you go, what can I say? Setting up Haxorus, the big axe Pokemon! Haxorus, and it made it work. Haxorus couldn't have worked without Corsola being that defensive buffer, which was really helpful in the long run. And Clefable setting up the Stealth Rock. So great synergy there from my team, being able to really set myself up for success, and it really worked out. So the Durant, yeah, Light Screen. It actually didn't have a Dark type move, which was super helpful. The fact that it didn't really made it easier to deal with Durant, so it could only use those Max Steel Spikes. And the Strength Saps were very helpful. We actually had a specially based Flygon, which is really interesting to see. Giga Drain, Fire Blast, Earth Power, and Air Slash. So that was a very interesting Flygon for sure. We have a Zumura with Belly Drum, so a great setup super there. We have Acid Armor on this Jellicent. Yeah, and this Jellicent definitely could have become very defensive. So I am glad that I was able to absorb one Will-O-Wisp and go for the sweep. Man, if it missed with that Will-O-Wisp, I would have gotten greedy. I would have hit with 2 Will-O-Wisps. You know what I'm saying? But I am glad it didn't go to that. Get to that. Acid Armor definitely would have helped it out in the longer run, but we were very lucky we didn't have to deal with that. Actually, I was surprised it didn't have Scald, but it probably had Will-O-Wisp, that's why. And then we had Minccino. Actually, I didn't know it learned Triple Axle. So it makes sure that you hit 3 times. So that's kind of cool. And then, so that's great. Ice Coverage, Rock Blast, Bullet Seed, and Tail Sweep. A Tail Slap. Well, I wonder... I thought there was another one that it learned. Maybe not. But yeah, these are great moves. So Minccino, is it Kingsrock? So a chance of flinching based on that. So Minccino, very dirty Pokemon to play against. But I am glad I didn't have to deal with it. And then finally we had Grimmsnarl with the Light Clay. So it had Reflect only. Sucker Punch and Spirit Break and Thunder Wave. So I am glad I didn't have to deal with that either. Reflect would have definitely been very tough. But I am glad we did not have that. Hey, what is up? Dax, man, how you doing? How you doing? Calyrex. Yo, what are you referring to in Calyrex for? I might have missed that reference, but I think I might have said Dynamax, but or something like that. But we've been playing some Sword and Shield battles. I think I showed you in your Discord. But I have these new headsets I got from the Jellicent. Was his name Calyrex? Was the OT Calyrex? I didn't catch that. Oh shoot, man. Yo, if there's a way you can clip that, I'd love to check it out. But yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. This is a oddity. We have a team that has only 5 Pokemon. Usually, if you don't want to use all 6 Pokemon, you just have a blank Pokemon for me to guess. But this makes guessing. Oh, I get it. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Dax, man. I feel so bad. Great call out there, Calyrex. The Giant Stellar Jellicent did look like Calyrex. Yes, yes, it does. The big brain. For sure. Also, I do have some Twitch commands now, thanks to Nightbot. I think they work. So feel free to give them a try. I'd love for you guys to give it a shot. But anyways, into this battle, we do have a couple of tough Pokemon, including Pikachu, Gengar, Urshifu, Inteleon, and Hydreigon. So I do feel confident with Dragovish. I feel like it can rip through a lot of the team. I'm not as confident with Corsola just because we have a lot of special attackers. I do like the idea of Light Screen, but it might not be as helpful here. I think what I want to do though is set up Ninetales and then set up Haxorus at the end game here. Yeah, I'll do this. I don't know if I feel 100% confident in this, but I really do feel that Dragovish, the opponent, doesn't really have a strong answer to it. And worst case scenario, if I do get switched into something like Hydreigon, where I'm not knocking it out in one turn, I can then pivot over to Dynamaxing afterwards, you know? So, also, Hydreigon might not even want to play because I have Clefable, so that might be helpful. So we are going to see the Inteleon. So Inteleon, we might have to take Tribal Bolt's suggestion here that it might go for a Sniper and Focus Energy. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit with this Vicious Rend. While it's not very effective, the damage output is so good. So it was really strong here. But yeah, let me actually see if some of these commands work. Let me type the one in. YouTube was one I had one time. Oh, dang it. Maybe it didn't work. Ah, shoot. Alright, so we are able to pretty much bring Inteleon down to its pretty low. So Inteleon only hits off with the air slash, doesn't do too much here. And so we are going to get this free Fishious run out. And that will be enough to knock out Inteleon. Gosh darn it, I thought Nightbot was working. I'll have to look into it. I'll look into it for sure. I did enable it on my stream, so... anyways, this new headset's really cool because I can listen to the music y'all are listening to. So right now, y'all are listening to... I forget the track name, but it's one that also features, like, Gusty Garden Gusty Garden from Mario Galaxy. So we are going to see Gengar Dynamax, which is totally fine in this case. I'm okay with Gengar Dynamaxing here, and Gengar showing the Gigantamax. Look at this! Oh my gosh! Happy Halloween, everyone! Ah! That Gengar, he is angry and ready to play. So we'll have to see what happens here, but we are going for that really strong Fishious Run. Will be enough to knock out. Gengar survives with that Focus Sash. So I am curious to see what Gengar's next move is. It is going to be that Max Starfall. So good to know it does have that fairy move. But really, just being able to knock out that Inteleon and then Gengar being low HP, with that critical hit, of course, is super helpful. And so, pretty much just a simple attack will be enough to knock it out. So Dragovish is going to go ahead and be sent back to its Pokeball. And I think this is perfect. I'm just going to Ice Shard with Ninetales, and that's it. That's all I need to do here. I don't need to and I don't have to worry about speed or anything like that. Maybe this Gengar is going to outspeed me. But for a fact... Well, I can do a couple things, actually. Because Hail is going to be enough to knock it out. Nah, I'll just use Ice Shard. I'll get more turns of Aurora Veil. So I am going to pop up this Ice Shard. 1 HP, it's enough to knock out this Gengar. And there it is. That's all she wrote. And Gengar is knocked out here. But yeah, let's throw it back to the chat. Chat, how you doing this evening? Daxman, how you doing this evening? It's so great to have you here. Man, and last night's episode was so much fun. I know we were just hanging out, we were just talking, chatting, and all that good stuff. But I just wanted to thank you for hosting us, man. It was awesome. So just wanted to give you a shout out there. Alright, so we are going to set up this Aurora Veil, and that Aurora Veil will be helpful in dealing with the Urshifu in the long run. Urshifu is going to go for Iron Head, so I should be able to... I take that decently well. Able to get to down to 60 HP, so next turn I will be knocked out. So I'm just going to go ahead and fire off a Blizzard. Yeah. Oh, nice. Awesome. Well, I don't know if I would say the debate is awesome in itself, but I do think it is important, so I am glad that you are keeping up. I definitely will be keeping up thanks to work, being in social media. You got to know those types of things. But definitely important, and so, yeah. I'm also going to make a plug there for being informed. It's very important, and making sure that you vote and take care of yourselves out there. So, just going to plug that real quick on the channel. But, anyways, we got Haxorus with that Mold Breaker here. And Haxorus is, I just feel confident enough to go ahead and hit this Max Wormwind. I think that both I and Urshifu are the same speed anyways. So really, it's totally fine. Urshifu's best attack it can do against me is this close combat, and so Dynamax will allow me to get more HP here. Thanks to that Aurora Veil that I set up here too. So really, just everything worked in my favor. Knocking out the Gengar, I think, was the better call there, just to give me more. I could maximize the Aurora Veil further. So I'm not able to knock out it quite yet with that Max Wormwind. No biggie. But that lowered attack will be helpful here to survive this next attack. We are going to see the close combat. I take that comfortably. Look how much damage I took. Not even close. I think at max, I was 277, 304. So a lot less than 30. I think I took like... that's why Max Wormwind wasn't as strong. The Fairy Train was up, and so that actually helped negate some of the damage. But yeah, I think I took a max of 24 HP from that attack from Urshifu, which is crazy. Actually, you know, let's do the math. So 300 to 277 is 23, but it was 304. I took 19 points of damage from that close combat. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's how bulky I was thanks to the Aurora Veil and the Dynamax. That's crazy. Alright, so we got that comment started. Hey, we're at Great Ball! Awesome! Woo! I'm so excited! We got some BP to celebrate, and we'll keep on going and making it happen. So with Great Ball up, I'm super excited to keep on going forward, and let's try to make it work. So here we are. Very interesting team. And in fact, if I was not mistaken, I would call this a doubles team. We have Charizard, Noivern, Ferrothorn, uh, Gastrodon. Uh, woo, yeah, let's go. Let's get that hype. Rhyperior and Hatterene. So a very interesting team for sure. I think what this team really does well. Um, I do have some physical hitters with Rhyperior and Ferrothorn. I do like the idea of SQ. I think it's figuring out where SQ can fit here, which is a little bit harder. I don't think it's as easy to fit. I do like Corsola at the end game. I think Ninetales could be helpful. Dragovich could work. I think the main problem is that Ferrothorn, Gastrodon, and Gastrodon are there, and that's kind of the way to deal with it. So I kind of want to set up Clefable. I want to set up Corsola, and I kind of want to use Ninetales. That's kind of a weird combination for sure. But I think what I can do here is slowly burn down my opponent, lower their attack, boost up my defenses like crazy, and that might help in the long run. Especially if I get Stealth Rock off super early. That's going to be amazing. So we'll see what happens here. So the opponent is going to lead off with Noivern, and I will get Clefable out. So Noivern is probably going to frisk here, going to see that I have that red card holding it. And so I don't know what it's going to be thinking about with that. But it probably will set up this Tailwind right here. I'm just going to set up Stealth Rock. This is going to be helpful if Charizard's in the back. I can deal with Charizard really easily now thanks to that basically stripping it of 50%. We're going to see the taunt actually, so kind of a rough break on my end. I don't get the Stealth Rock up, and so we're kind of both... If I hit with the Moonblast, that would have been a lot better here. So, kind of tricky. Noivern does get a chance to set up something like Tailwind, which isn't too bad. I did actually lower my speed. I decided not to worry about the speed control here. But yeah, that was a very well-placed taunt for sure. I did wish I hit with that Moonblast just to get some damage off, but that's all good. I unfortunately revealed the Stealth Rock, which wasn't great. But we'll see what happens here. Okay, so Noivern actually goes for Super Fang. So very interesting tech choice here. And that actually is going to work very much against me. Super Fang is going to do a lot of damage, and Rhyperior comes out. Rhyperior is going to be dragged out, and I do get off this Moonblast. Won't do too much here. Rhyperior takes that decently well. I'm still taunted, unfortunately. So that does mean that I won't be able to really attack here. So I really exert much pressure here. I do get off this Moonblast. And we are going to see an Earthquake come out from this Rhyperior into my Clefable. So that will be enough to knock out. Unfortunately, I don't get to set up with my Clefable. But now that I do have Ninetales, I'm hopeful that I can set up this Blizzard, do a lot of damage here, and put Rhyperior in a tough spot. This Blizzard also is going to make it hard for Noivern to deal with me in the long run. But yeah, we'll see if it opts to Dynamax the Rhyperior or not. So I don't actually see a Dynamax here, so we get off this Blizzard. Super effective, not enough to knock out, unfortunately. But we do get a Rock Blast, which is going to be very painful. I will get knocked out in those 2 hits, unfortunately. So it's all up to Corsola. Oi, that is going to be a challenge. Ninetales is knocked out, and we are going to get buffered by the Hail. So next turn I will be able to knock out this Rhyperior. So I think the question here is that... do I want to set up the Light Screen now just to get a head start, or do I feel like I need to set up something like Will-O-Wisp, Strength Sap, things like that? I don't think that Rhyperior will Dynamax here. That just doesn't make sense. But we'll see. Luckily here too, Super Fade isn't as big of a threat. But I did want to do this because if Noivern comes back out, Hatterene actually comes out. Oof. So that actually proves pretty big pressure on my team. I won't be able to. So luckily, thanks to the light screen that I set up, I will be able to deal with Hatterene a little bit better. But I won't be able to do things like Strength Sap. Will-O-Wisp is out of the question. So it's all about my Nightshades, and hopefully I can do enough damage here. I might actually have to Dynamax, which is a weird thing to think about, but I do get off this Nightshade here, which is nice. And so that's helpful. We are going to actually see the Psychic come from the Hatterene. So no Dark Pulses, which is nice. And I Curse Body it, which is super helpful here. We are going to be taking damage thanks to that Hail. But I am hopeful that if I outpace this Hatterene in damage, we can get a victory here. And especially too if like, hey, I can Strength Sap the Rhyperior, I can Strength Sap the Noivern, and that can help to heal up my damage in the long run. So we are going to get one more Nightshade off of here, which is super helpful. That does a decent amount. And Mystical Fire does come out from the Hatterene into my Corsola. Lowering my special attack here is not a big deal. I do not mind that one bit. We both are taking damage from that Hail. It is going to be a little bit tougher, but because the opponent has opted not to Dynamax here, that is going to be helpful in the long run. Now the opponent does have a choice. They could Dynamax now, but I'm hopeful that this Nightshade will be enough to knock out this Hatterene and get us in a great position down the line here. This is a little bit tricky because it is very possible that Noivern is just going to go ahead and use Taunt as soon as it comes out. And so I will have to be hitting with those Nightshades pretty frequently to catch up with it. So the Hail's over, which is nice. And so hopeful that the next Pokemon they send out is this Rhyperior. But if not, then Noivern is going to be a tougher Pokemon to deal with, especially due to that Taunt. So we're going to see the Noivern come out. So Noivern is going to first see the Eviolite, but it really doesn't make much of a difference here. And I am probably going to expect a Taunt. So unfortunately, not having that Stealth Rock or not able to hit earlier is going to be tough. So it is going to use that Taunt. I did expect this. It is important that it gets these Taunts off. And so I just have to kind of fire off these Nightshades. And hopefully we can get this knockout pretty soon. Light Screen is over, so unfortunately I will be taking a lot more damage from this Noivern. And I wouldn't blame it if now it decided, hey, look, I'm going to Dynamax now, trying to fire off these really powerful Max Whirlwinds and knock you out. I think the opponent's team structure of discouraging Dragovish was really keen, a really smart idea here. So, you know, props to the opponent for really thinking through this. Hatterene also proves to be a pretty big challenge thanks to Magic Bounce. We're actually going to see the Air Slash and no Dynamax here. So hopefully I can get a Curse Body off. I don't get the Curse Body off. Oh, that's not going to be good. I don't think this is a 3-hit KO, so I do need something to make this work here. But yeah, this might be tough. Maybe Noivern is going to win this, but if I was the opponent, I would definitely Dynamax at this moment to guarantee the knockout. The Max Airstream is going to be strong enough, the Whirlwind. But we are just going to see the Air Slash. It does connect. Could have missed. I survive with 8 HP. I get the Nightshade. Do I get the knockout? I don't, unfortunately. I do take off the Taunt, though. Okay. So the way that I play this, if a Noivern does not Dynamax, I can win. You can miss. Okay, it did not miss. It gets off the Draco Meteor, does hit. So that would have been one way to play it. If you missed with that Draco Meteor, and a critical hit on top of that. Let's just make sure that you have that note. But if I did miss with that Draco Meteor, Strength Sap wouldn't have been enough to have been able to heal up my HP. So a little bit risky from the opponent for sure. They could have guaranteed a more secured win there. But I think overall they did a good job. That team dynamic was really strong, solid for sure. So great battle. Great battle. It's awesome to learn from that. Excuse me. I think I'm going to do one more. And then take a small break just so I can get some water. My throat is hurting a little bit for sure. But I think that water would be super helpful. So we got another opponent we're finding. And hopefully we can be able to encounter another opponent and get a good battle in here. So we've been having some great battles even through our losses. I've been digging them. The opponent, seeing some great teams in singles and kind of getting better ideas of how people are playing around that, you know. So We see a very interesting team with Dragonzolt. We see the Gastrodon, we see the Ninetales, we see the Arcanine, uh, uh, Sylveon, and the Tentacruel. Tentacruel actually has Rain Dish. So, kind of looking at this, and Clear Body, so you can't lower its attacks, stats, but that's not a big deal. Kind of looking at this, I don't think Corsola has a nice thing with the Will-O-Wisp, and the Strength Sap is okay, but it's not as helpful with all these special attackers. I do like setting up my own light screen, my own Aurora Veil. I like the idea of using Eskew. I think setting up Stealth Rock, surviving one attack from Dragonzolt, and then having kind of like this breaker at the end is going to be helpful. And that's the thing too of like, I don't have to use Fishious Ren. I can use Psychic Feint, or I can use Crunch, or something like that, near the end game. And I think that will be helpful too. So I think having Dragovish will be helpful, but maybe not at the beginning of the match. So, ooh, looking sharp there, buddy. He is going to go ahead and send out Arcanine. And I will be sending out my own Clefable here. So, Arcanine most likely is going to use things like Snarl. It has Intimidate, so not a big deal here. So I am glad that I led with my Clefable at this moment. I am going to go ahead and set up the Stealth Rock. And depending on the moves that we see, this might be a perfect opportunity for Eskew to start things up. So we are going to see the Will-O-Wisp come in. So totally fine from Eskew's point, because I can then use Facade if I have to eat up a Will-O-Wisp. So I am going to set up the Stealth Rock. That'll help deal with some of the Pokemon my opponent will have in the later down the line here. And I think right now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up this Will-O-Wisp. Arcanine doesn't really seem to be able to do the Calm Mind rather. Arcanine doesn't really seem to be exerting too much pressure here, so we are going to see the Flamethrower. I should take that comfortably, so good to know that it's mainly special attacking here. And I am going to hold that red card to have Arcanine switch out. Get him out of there. You're going to take 25% of your HP next turn. And we see the Gastrodon, so great to see that reveal pretty early on. We do get the Stealth Rock digging in there, and I am going to set up this Calm Mind here. Boosting up my special attack and my special defense. So now, with that in mind, I can go ahead and try to use Moonblast. And hopefully with this Moonblast, I should be able to do decent damage to either the Gastrodon, or if Arcanine switches in, that will do damage. So Gastrodon is going to actually switch out. We are going to see the Dragonzolt come out. Dragonzolt taking damage there. And I am going to get off this Moonblast. So actually perfect opportunity for Eskew to start sweeping everything. Well, that doesn't even matter. Dragonzolt is knocked out. That was awesome to see. Being able to knock out Dragonzolt so early on, that just opens up so many doors. That's one less Pokemon I gotta deal with, and this Clefable is standing tall, let me tell you. Really, Eskew's job is done. I think I can just fire off Facades and Icicle Crashes near the end game, and I think that will be helpful here. So we're going to see the Gastrodon come back out again. Gastrodon is going to be taking damage thanks to the Stealth Rock. So I think in this case I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Wish, and this Wish will help kind of heal up my next Pokemon, or also heal myself up. So I am going to fire off this Wish. Wish is pretty helpful here, just getting my HP up. We are going to see the Earth Power. I should take that decently well. Okay. I should survive one more Earth Power. And I think with that, I should be able to keep on going here. So I am going to fire off this Moonblast. This Moonblast should do decent damage. Pretty good damage there. We're going to get one more Earth Power. That Earth Power hits. I survive with 7 HP, and the Wish comes in. I feel that relief. There we go. Awesome. Great to see that. I think I'm going to go ahead and fire off 2 more Moonblasts here. And really just putting a lot of damage on this Gastrodon, I think in the long run is going to be helpful. So we get one more Moonblast. Lowered Gastrodon special attack, so that allows me to survive this next one really well. And yeah, I don't think there's much stopping me from firing off another Moonblast. I could go for Wish, but I could... Yeah, I mean, I feel like I could go for Wish again. I might do that, just in case Gastrodon does switch out or wants to preserve itself. So we are going to go for this Wish. Even if I get knocked out, that means that my next Pokemon gets the opportunity to do what it needs to do. So we're going to see this Earth Power come out. that will be enough to knock out the Clefable. Totally fine here. Clefable's wish will come true the next turn. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and throw out SQ here. And all I got to do here is hit that belly drum button. Gastrodon really doesn't have too much it can threaten me with. Especially because the wish is coming out here too. So I am going to get off this belly drum to really just make it game, set, and match. So I do set up this belly drum here, and that's just going to boost up my attack to astronomical levels. I do get to eat up my Citrus Berry, and Gastrodon itself is going to have to attack me with either a Scald or something like that. We are actually going to see the recover, so great call out from that Gastrodon being able to recover all that HP. But really, that's going to be tough. Gastrodon now has to survive a +6 max. Well, and the Whisk came true, so I'm coming out full HP. So now I can just hit off a max Hailstorm and just do an incredible amount of damage here. But yeah, the opponent has to make a choice. Do I switch into Arcanine? Things like that. So the opponent does not switch out. So that's going to be really tough for the opponent to deal in the long run. And honestly, I think that even at +5, my max Geyser should be enough to knock out the Arcanine here. We did see that I already outsped the Gastrodon, so the only way Gastrodon can really address this is to do something like Dynamax itself, and hopefully survive the next hit, but at +6, that's a tall order. Here comes this Max Hailstorm. This is going to do a lot of damage, and Clefable getting that key knockout on the Dragonzolt was huge. It was huge for sure. Here we go, Gastrodon is knocked out, and we got Arcanine coming up. This is so funny too, because it's very like beachy music, and like SQ is like an icicle, like Ice Crash icicle Pokemon. So it's like the exact opposite, but whatever. SQ is going to lower its attack thanks to that Intimidate, but I'm at full HP. I can comfortably survive probably one attack from Arcanine. We are going to see the Protect, so not really great on Arcanine's end, because I'm just going to fire off this Max Geyser, and that's just, it probably is enough to knock it out, honestly. Not enough, but I do get pretty far there. It is super effective, couldn't protect itself, and there comes the water. Really just putting a lot of damper on Arcanine's plans. Arcanine actually reveals a leftovers. Okay, so yeah, Arcanine making this comeback is going to be pretty tough. We could see a Max Flare, but that's going to be pretty weakened. I'm going to fire back off with a Max Geyser. You could Dynamax here. Yeah. I feel like that was your best bet. I think Arcanine should have Max Guarded if it wanted to waste one of my turns. But yeah, I think in the long run, this Max Geyser has to do, this Max Flare has to do a lot of damage. But the thing is, I have Draco Vish in the back, right? So even if SQ gets knocked out here, it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. So Arcanine tries to protect itself, but it fails. And I get one more chance to fire off this Max Geyser. Really just trying to prevent the inevitable here. And there he goes. Angry Penguin, the blocky penguin boy, able to get the knockout. And Arcanine is knocked out. And there you go. Perfect music to tie that in. Alright, folks. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break just so I can get some water. My throat is kind of hurting. But thank you so much for tuning in so far. We will be right back with more battles after this quick break. I'll see you guys in a moment. What is up, everyone? We are back. Thank you so much for your patience as we took that small break. Got some water. Water is always important, especially in Arizona. You will get dehydrated so quick, let me tell you. But I'm so excited to get more battling in. Let's keep on going. We got some awesome battles coming up. And yeah, so a lot of great victories. We doing great. We doing great. Yeah, the singles team has been fun. So getting some points, slowly climbing up in the Great Ball rank. Hopeful that we can get a little bit further. Let's see how far we can go. I think what I might do is I might play a little bit more, and then if you guys want to, we can actually switch the game over now because, like I said, I can hear the gameplay. It is a little bit laggy, just because it uses it. What I'm hearing is the OBS output, not the actual game output. Um, but yeah, I can figure that out too, if I can try to hear both. Um, but anyway, all right, you know what? I probably can get speakers on the monitor, and then what would happen there is like as long as it doesn't pick up by the headset, it doesn't matter. It won't make a difference. I'll hear it, but y'all won't hear it, right? So anyway, so we got a pretty scary team including Aegislash, Blissey, Volcarona, Urshifu, Lapras, and Dragozolt. So this team has a lot going on, let me tell you. Kind of looking at this, I do like Dragovish for sure. I don't think Dragovish as the lead is my ideal, but I think what I want to do is set myself up for success to bring in Dragovish. So leading off with this Clefable, and then kind of having more of the defensive buffers in the way, so having Corsola and Dragovish, and I think that might be the game plan here. The problem with SQ is that we do have a lot of the special attackers that bypass Ice Face, and there's not enough status users to justify Haxorus being used here. I don't think I'm going to have the opportunity to get off a Dragon Dance, which is Haxorus's main Q. Get off that Dragon Dance and let's keep on going. But it just doesn't seem to be happening here, so I don't feel as confident. We got that Mute City theme playing, and Blissey is going to be sent out here with Clefable. So, boom, 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 send out that Stealth Rock. Let's go do that damage. But yeah, here we go. Blissey does set up the Calm Mind here, upping its attack and special attack here. So a great opportunity to bring in Corsola for sure. I do set up the Stealth Rock, so that will help deal with Volcarona and other Pokemon in the long run. And I can also scare off Blissey too. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my... I'm going to go ahead and just use Moonblast. Just in case Blissey decides to hit me. Blissey is going to set up this Calm Mind. It's trying to boost as best as it can. I don't know if Blissey is going to try to go for a swoop or not. But yeah, that high special attack and that higher speed special defense are going to be harder to break through. So let's see what this Moonblast does. It's not going to do too much, but we do lower that special attack, which is helpful. And Blissey does reveal the leftovers, so that's also helpful to note that its defenses are a little bit weaker here. It doesn't have that Key Berry. So I think in this case, I don't mind losing Clefable. I just want to kind of match Blissey's power. So Blissey is going to set up one more Calm Mind, so it gets Blissey a +2 in special attack and +3 in special defense. I'm going to match that Calm Mind with my own Calm Mind. But really, the idea here is once I remove Blissey from the equation, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with the other Pokemon that might be coming in here. So, especially with that Stealth Rock setup, if Lapras comes in or Volcarona comes in, neither of them are going to like that Stealth Rock, especially Volcarona. I feel Volcarona is going to have a harder time with it, for sure. We're just boosting up. We're playing this game of chicken for sure. I don't think that Corsola can come in now, but I do feel confident with Dragovish coming in. I think I do have to be mindful of Lapras does have Water Absorb, and working through that is going to be a little bit tougher, for sure. But we'll see. That's my girl right here, guys. This is my girl, Clefable. She's holding down the fort. So we're going to fire off this Moonblast. Let's see if we can lower that special attack and make it work. Blissey goes for one more Calm Mind. This Blissey is going all out for these boosts. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see a Dynamax Blissey. We're going to get this Moonblast off. This Moonblast is not going to do... Wow, it got a crit in there? No, that's just an attack. Wow, that was surprising. I think it's because I have been matching those Calm Minds. So I have... Let's see. I'm at +2. Clefable, Blissey is at +4 in special attack and +5 in special defense. I feel like in this case, I do want to set up Moonblast. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see Blissey Dynamaxing here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that. So we are going to see Blissey going ahead with that final Calm Mind. But yeah, I'm just curious to see what it knows. Probably Shadow Ball. we're able to still do a lot of damage through it, though. Like, that's what I'm very concerned through about. Like, Blissey doesn't seem to be that specially different. Like, I'm able to do decent amount, and I am lowering her special attack, so that is going to be helpful in the long run here. It's just a little bit harder to see, like, what's going to happen. We are going to see the soft boil. Okay, so Blissey is going to reveal some of the tech options it has here. So I am glad to see that. I kind of want to see more of its moveset come out. We are going to fire off this Moonblast here. That does a decent amount, lowering that special attack even further. Let's go. Blissey is going to recover thanks to the leftovers, but I feel like, yeah, we're just playing this game of chicken. I can set up one more Calm Mind, and let's see what happens here. Blissey set up its own Calm Mind, getting that finally that +6, I believe. Or is it only going to be boosting its special attack? So its special attack is going to go up. Defense it has plateaued. Blissey is not going to be boosting its special defense any further. So all of its Calm Minds are just to recover its special attack here. I'm really surprised why the opponent is investing so much in this Blissey. But yeah, we're just playing this game of chicken. We're not retreating or anything. And I'm hopeful that if Blissey attacks me and I can survive it, then I can just say, like, red card, get out of here. Blissey finally goes on the attack. I should survive this, thanks to all my special defense boosts. And look at that! I red card you out of there. Get out of here, Blissey. And guess what? All of my special attack boosts are going into that next Pokemon. It is Urshifu. Urshifu gets hit with that Stealth Rock. And guess what? I'm firing off Moonblast. I get this knockout on your Urshifu. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my goodness. What are we talking about here? This is awesome to see. Thank you for that red card tech. And now Blissey has wasted all of her all of her boosts, because I'm just more powerful than it. I mean, she has to keep on boosting, and I can keep on attacking as she's boosting up. So red card, let's go. Red card was perfectly timed, and Blissey being faster was great too. Blissey is going to come out, and taking damage from that Stealth Rock is going to make it easy to deal with in the long run. I feel like I'm just going to fire off a Moonblast. Why not? I'm going to do an incredible amount of damage here. Blissey could also Dynamax, but Blissey's going to fire off a Calm Mind. Totally fine. I'll hit you with one. I'll hit you with a Moonblast, and let's see what happens here. So Moonblast is going to come out. Yeah, that red card was so powerful, and look at that damage. Blissey is going to recover its HP, sure, with the leftovers, but Blissey's now put in a choice. Do I Calm Mind again, or do I risk being really low on HP here? I think sending out Dragovish premature is a little bit premature. I think that's getting a little bit greedy. What is up? Yeah, you just came in at the right time. We thank you for tuning in, Nuon Gamer. We just added we just added this Clefable here to the team, replacing Klefki, and Clefable has been holding her own thanks to the red card. Basically, Blissey attacked once. I was like, nah, get back. And with that red card, I was able to knock out that Urshifu just like that, making it harder for the opponent to really come back here. So I get to set up one more Calm Mind here, and I'm firing off another Moonblast. But yeah, it's going to be incredibly tough for the opponent to come back from this. So here we go. We're going to get this one Moonblast in here. And not enough to lower its special attack, unfortunately. But yeah, no, we're doing great. This was a very interesting battle. One I was a little bit afraid of. I'm still need to play a little bit on eggshells here. Let me see. I'm a +4. Blissey's at +2. I should meet her Calm Mind. Blissey is going to Calm Mind for +3. Yeah, that one shot at Urshifu. Yeah. And really just preying on Urshifu's weaker special defense. That's super helpful too, because Dragovish, being a water type, doesn't like to deal with using Fishious Rend on it, and so now I don't have to worry about that. That's just one piece of the puzzle gone. So I feel like in this case, I can probably set up one more Calm Mind. That will put me at, what would that put me at? Yeah, one more Calm Mind put me at +6. And then I can probably, instead of using Moonblast, hit with Max Starfall. We are going to see the Blissey go ahead and go for one more Calm Mind here. Oh yeah, duh, I totally forgot. The opponent doesn't realize this. I'm, unaware Clefable. I can't believe I forgot that. That means I ignore all of Blissy's special defense and defense boosts. And her special attack boost. That's why I was able to take these hits so well. So Blissey's looking at this and saying like, hey, I gotta knock out this Clefable. And Clefable's like, nah, I'm good. I'm at +6. I'm hitting you with a +6 Moonblast. So, yeah, this is great. The opponent, I don't think the opponent realizes that I'm unaware. And Blissey's not super fast either, so Dragovish can win this. Like, I'm good. This is the strongest Moonblast that Blissey's ever gonna have to take. Yeah, this is great. And so now the opponent's put in a bind of like, oh, I gotta use soft boiled, and I'll just hit you again. Yeah, Clefable don't need no stat changes. She ignores them. She don't care what you've done with your life. She's gonna be like, bop, Moonblast. Here we go. And that's one of the reasons why Clefable is so good. Just being able to ignore that is so helpful in the long run. I don't want to run out of... Oh, actually, I have plenty of Moonblast. I should be fine. We are going to see the soft boiled. I could probably use the Wish one turn just to give myself kind of a breathing room here. But I do want to try to do an incredible amount of damage here. So let's try this Moonblast. Okay, Blissey is now at a comfortable spot. So I could... I'm gonna go for Max Starfall, honestly. Because the main thing here is that Tri-Attack has to... The worst thing that can happen is Tri-Attack freezes me. Right? That's the worst thing that can happen. So as long as Tri-Attack doesn't freeze me, then I should probably one-shot this Blissey for sure. And if it doesn't freeze me, then I get to protect myself against Tri-Attack. So we are going to see the soft boiled. So now I don't even have to worry about any like, oh, shenanigans of the Tri-Attack freezing or anything like that. So here comes a very powerful Max Starfall. Blissey has to heal itself. It has no other choice. And I probably can knock it out here. I'm at +6, hitting this thing hard. Knocking out a Blissey with special attacks. You never think you'd see it, but now we're gonna see it. I think the main thing here is just being mindful of the power points of that Moonblast, but I should be able to. I shouldn't be able to. I should be okay. Keep it going, for sure. So here we go. Blissey is gonna go heal itself up, but again, these Max Starfalls are hurting. And Blissey is gonna survive that attack. Has to go for one more soft boiled here. But again, I can probably just wear it down. Soft boiled, I don't remember how many power points it has. But I don't even have to keep on attacking. I have options to say, you know what? Perfect. So Blissey now has to rely on one more soft boiled. Yeah, Queen Fable, that's right. This Clefable is just incredible. The Queen, all powerful, really making it happen here. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably, instead of worrying about, because Blissey probably is going to go with soft boiled, I'll just go with Wish. I don't have to worry about the paralysis on Tri-Attack anymore. And so I'm just going to go for this Wish to get all my HP back here. And really just make it harder for Blissey to make things happen in the long run. So I get off this Wish. Blissey is able to recover its HP. But again, it's special attack. It's just... I ignore the special defense and the special attack boost. So we are going to see the Calm Mind trying to match my Calm Minds, but really doesn't matter. Being able to... So we up the special attack and up the special defense, and here comes Clefable. Is going to use this Moonblast here. And the wish comes true. So I think the thing here now is, do I say, how much power points does Blissey have? Actually, I am curious. Mist is over from the battlefield. Oh wait, from a timer perspective, I should just stay in. Yeah. because I'm up 3 Pokemon to 2. So, I will naturally win if I just stay in. So I think in this case, yeah, I'm just gonna do a move that doesn't do anything. Blissey is gonna go for that tri-attack. I take that like a champ because of my incredibly high special defense. And I heal up. I'm also going to give Blissey a false expectation that I'm out of the power points for stealth for Moonblast. But honestly, yeah, I should be able to comfortably take all these attacks. Okay. And so, yeah, I'm just going to run the timer. The opponent has to switch out. But if you decide... basically, have you guys ever... I forget the Dr. Seuss story. But there's a Dr. Seuss story that's essentially this. Where it's the two guys that are in the middle of the road and they aren't moving. That's essentially what's happening here. So I get burned, which is perfect. Because burning, I can just heal that off with Wish. So all I'm doing is I'm just wait here because I knocked out the Urshifu already. And yeah, I'm just gonna use Stealth Rock again. There's no point in fighting back. Blissey cannot attack any of my other Pokemon if Blissey just stands here. So man, this is crazy. We are the two people in the Dr. Seuss story that they don't move. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up another Wish. Blissey is actually going to set up Shadow Ball. Yeah, that's right. Blissey is that War of Attrition. Blissey is going to be Queen Fable commanding and winning from the front. That's right. It's just weird. We're just holding on. And now, thanks to that special defensive drop, I'm just going to Calm Mind again. I take that like a champ. And I set up a Calm Mind to help deal with getting that special defense boost up. Get all that HP back. Yeah, it's a War of Attrition. Look at that. And so there's no point in attacking Blissey. Because if you bring in your next Pokemon, that's it. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, I got nothing better to do. I'm just gonna burn up Stealth Rock. It's crazy. This actually reminds me one time in Austin during the last Black and White tournament. I ran my Wi-Fi in my apartment didn't work, so I had to go to Big Bite in downtown Austin near campus. And if y'all have ever been to Big Bite, it is the most greasiest place. And I swear, I was in a War of Attrition with this Lugia, and it took everything in my being to beat it. But man, we figured it out and we made it work and we won that battle, which was ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, looking at it, as long as we both, like, the opponent has lost a Pokemon, I have all 3 of mine, so there's no point in me attacking back. I might lower that special defense, but I don't mind. It's okay. We are winning. We're looking great. So the opponent has 1 more Pokemon. Great question, Neuron Gamer. So the opponent has 1 more Pokemon, so they have a total of 2 Pokemon left. However, I have 3 Pokemon left, and so what that means is that if we get to the end of the battle with 3 minutes left, I win. Because I have more Pokemon. And so because the opponent cannot get past Queen Fable from the front lines, that's it. So I'm just going to set up 1 more Wish. Get some HP back next turn. But yeah, the opponent is really stuck in a bind here. I think that I have, and if not, then I have definitely taken away all of its power points it needs. But yeah, we have found the condition to win here. This is great. I can't believe it. Yeah, it doesn't matter what move comes out next. I will be able to recover it from it. And I'm just going to use Calm Mind to get my special defense boost back up. We are going to see the Tri-Attack come out. I take that comfortably. And I just use Calm Mind. That burn was perfect, because if I was paralyzed or something, I might not have been able to get all my turns, where burn does, and freeze is the worst. But burn, I don't mind losing a little bit of HP per turn. right? And it actually is a helpful timer of like, oh, when I should use Wish and not. So 2 minutes remain, but yeah, the opponent is not moving at all, not in a single inch, making it incredibly tough for them to win. And that's the thing too, of like, if I preserve my Moonblast, it's going to make it easier, because then whatever they send out, then I can Moonblast that instead. So Blissey is actually going to Dynamax here, trying to figure something out. Most likely trying to go for a Max Strike or Max Ghost, but Max Ghost won't do anything because lowering my defense, Blissey's not going to use my defense. So Blissey just, look at that. The giant, the happy pink blobs going at it. We're going to see the Max Phantasm. You see how much damage that did? Y'all, look at that damage. That barely anything. And that only lowers my defense, which Blissey, it's not, it doesn't affect me one bit. We have 60 seconds. We have less than a minute. The opponent cannot knock me out in less than a minute. So we are able to get this. We're going to get this Wish off. Here comes the Max Phantasm. The only thing I can think of is the opponent will try to do something like, let me switch into my physical hitter and then knock you out. But I am going to set up this Wish. I mean, it's pretty much game, set, and match here. Because what they have to do is this right at this turn here. So I am going to go ahead and just, I'll fire off the Moonblast. Because if they switch out, then I will hit that next Pokemon. So we're going to see one more Max Phantasm. I will fire off this Moonblast. Does a lot of damage. Lower that special attack. So you might be tempted to use your, I get all my HP back. Let's see what covers a little bit of his HP thanks to the leftovers. But the battle is over. And that's it. The War of Attrition. There you go. And I will just choose Moonblast. And I win! There you go. That clutch red card was huge. That clutch red card was huge, and we won that Battle of Attrition, guys. Wow, that was a fight. You had to get the hype in the chat for sure. Woo! I am so excited. Thank you, guys. That was an awesome battle for sure. I honestly don't know what the other Pokemon they had on their team was, and they will never know what I had on my team. It was just Clefable. It really became down to that game of chicken, and knocking out that Urshifu was clutch. Especially too because with Stealth Rock, if it did have a Focus Sash, it was gone. So it was nice to have that prior damage for sure. But yeah, we are coming in strong here. The opponent, let's see who we're facing off against. A very interesting team. We have Colossal. We do have the Crawdaunt. We have Alolan Raichu. We have Galarian Rapidash, and we have Corviknight. So actually a lot of physical hitters here. So I do feel a lot more confident with Eskew. I like the idea behind Dragovish. I think the problem here is that I don't want Colossal to survive a hit and then activate its own steam engine and all that nasty stuff I don't want to deal with. Technically, Clefable would ignore that, so I could do that. So I could leave with Dragovish to punch holes, Clefable, and then Eskew to end the game. So I actually kind of feel comfortable with that. And that also helps out too. If I'm worried that Colossal is going to come in and do something, Colossal probably can't switch in. So, that would be harder, right? And even if I lost Dragovish against Colossal, I'll do a lot of damage with this Fishious run. Like, it's going to hurt, for sure. And so, just ignoring Colossal's attack boost would be helpful in the long run. And that's honestly all I need here. Ignore it, set up Calm Mind, use Stealth Rock, Wish to heal up HP. I think that's plenty. So, Clefable does look in a great spot here. So, I am confident with going with this. Punch holes in the wall and let's see what happens here. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see what happens. Clefable really holding her own, though. She's making it happen. And here comes the trainer. The trainer is going to lead with Corviknight. So Corviknight is interesting because Corviknight is pretty defensive. So it probably can take a Fishious run decently well, I would say. But the thing here is that I am glad I didn't leave with Clefable, just because Corviknight does have... It's harder to deal with Corviknight with Clefable, for sure. So, I am glad that I can... And even if I scare it off, I think that's helpful too. So Corviknight is actually going to Dynamax early. So that's interesting to see. That's nice. I don't have to deal with Colossal Dynamaxing. And so that might be helpful in the lockout in the long run here. So Corviknight is Dynamaxing. Probably going to fire off some Max Airstreams for sure. I think this still gives me an opportunity because Corviknight is physically based. That gives SQ enough to come in and hit it. So we get a lot of damage off of that Fishious Rend. We are going to see the Max Airstream. So Dragovish takes a decent amount of damage here. So Dragovish is at this, at kind of like this, kind of neutral here. I'm going to try to fire off a Fishious Rend. Hopefully I can outspeed it. Nope, we aren't able to outspeed it, unfortunately. But that's not a big deal. Corviknight is at +2. So I think the challenge here is that I don't think SQ outspeeds. But I feel like Dragovish punched a decent hole in the wall. I could go with SQ. And I think the reason I'm going to go with SQ is that I'm going to go ahead and use... yeah, I feel confident using... I feel confident using Belly Drum now. Corviknight goes for that Max Steel Spike to buff up its defense. I am able to survive that hit thanks to my Ice Face. And I get off this Belly Drum. Alright, we're going to see the Angry Penguin come out to play. And we do get that Citrus Berry to heal up my HP, which is going to be helpful. Especially because Corviknight is going to outspeed probably here. But once I break through Corviknight, I think the rest of the team is going to start crumbling. We're going to see those pieces fall into place pretty soon. So Max Geyser it up, and let's make it happen. And I think that's the threat of Dragovish, really. It's just that how well it just punches those Penguin Power! I love it, Noan Gamer. But I really appreciate that about Dragovish of just how many holes it punched. And really just setting this up for success here. Corviknight is probably going to have to do something like an Iron Head. And so we do see the Iron Head, but I barely survive it, but enough. Thanks to, thanks to the Dynamax for sure. But that will be enough to knock out this Corviknight. And then the rest of the opponent team, if they don't have priority, it really just boils down to, can you survive a +6 Penguin Power coming at you at full force? So I get to maximize my usage of Dynamax greatly. And so it's nice to have Corviknight for sure, because as a physical hitter, I get that one Ice Face, and that's super helpful. Alright, the opponent is thinking. They're taking their time. I had to think too. I had to think if SQ was the time to go ahead with that knockout or not. So let's see what they send out. And they do send out Alolan Raichu. Alolan Raichu does float with his air balloon. So I am just going to fire off another Max Geyser. Let's see what happens. If a Raichu does have a Focus Sash, that will be problematic. But we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. I don't think Raichu knows any priority moves besides Feint, but I don't know why it wouldn't use Feint now. But we'll see. So we're going to fire off this Max Geyser. Oh yeah, it doesn't have a Focus Sash. We just saw the air balloon. So that's enough. I get the knockout here. Raichu's out. Right? Boom. You knock out one Pokemon, I take out two. It's just trades, baby. And I'm winning the trade battle. The Penguin Power making deals. You know what I'm saying? Penguin Power, Penguin Power, Penguin Power. There we go. And we got the last Pokemon coming out here, and it is that Galarian Rapidash. I don't think Rapidash outspeeds Angry Penguin in the rain. So, not even the rain, but because I have 130 base speed. So this is just coming at it. And that's it. Penguin Power, wrecking with the Penguin. That was awesome. And really, Drago, just the power of the teamwork there. Dragovich punching on that hole. The opponent invested so much there that it's just enough for SQ to set up. And I didn't have to win my third Pokemon. I'm curious. Yeah, let's check out the team. So, yeah, I figured as much. It would have the Steam Engine Colossal. Very interesting to see that we have Ancient Power, Earth Power, Burn Up, and Body Press. So a lot of strong moves here. But yeah, it's a lot harder to use in singles because you have to take that hit. We have Crawdon with adaptability. Crawdon adaptability is really strong. Focus Sash, that's a good Pokemon to have the Focus Sash on. Crabhammer just hits hard. Critical hits hit more easily. It's a really strong move. Knockoff is great. Aqua Jet's great. Dragon Dance is great. So really strong attacker here. But because we didn't have to deal with it, it was nice. Flygon was Choice Scarfed. I think that would have been enough to knock out SQ. I think that would have been the move for sure. But again, the threat of Dragovich is so great that it helped out a lot. And then Raichu. Rising Voltage was really good. Yeah, got a couple good moves here for sure. And then we have Rapidash, like, yeah. Yeah, kind of rough though, because a lot of the Pokemon's opponent's movesets rely on Dynamax. For instance, Rising Voltage requires Electric Terrain, so you have to Dynamax to get that first. Bounce is terrible on its own, really, so you use Dynamax to get your speed boost. You were decent with Brave Bird, but again, knocked you out early. A lot of Dynamax and non-Dynamax. I'm sorry, not Crabominable. Crawdon could work without Dynamax, for sure. But a lot of the team really worked well with Dynamax, except for Flygon. I think Flygon would have been a better choice against me. I think so. Alrighty, so let's continue battling. Let's see how far we go. There we go, we got the Great Ball ranked 8. Let's go, get some battle points. Alright, so our next battle will be 20. I think I'll go to 7:30 right now. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to do this evening. How about this? I'd say for Pokemon, let's go to 21, and then maybe I'll switch up the games. How does that? Well, no, I won't switch up the games yet. I want to get it to where I can hear the sound too. But let's do 2 more battles, and then we'll revisit if I want to continue the stream or not. But actually, let me know if you guys want to continue. If you guys want to continue, I'll make it work. I'll make it happen for sure. But anyways, we actually have a really tough team here. And funny enough, this team really works well in singles too. I think what I really worry about here is the threat of Dragozolt. I do like a lot of the physical hitters though, so I do like the idea of SQ. I like Clefable as well. I feel like I can use Dragovich to just punch holes again, and then let's see what happens afterwards. Yeah, because the main thing here is just, again, based on how they respond to Dragovich, if they use a physical hitter, then I can bring in SQ, Body, Belly Drum, keep it going, you know? So I think that might be the game plan here. Alright, so the opponent is going to send out that Dragozolt first, and I'm going to send out Dragovich. So very interesting. Most Dragozolts actually don't carry Choice Scarf. So in this case, I'm just going to fire off... Here's a dangerous thing. If I fire off an Outrage, I could run into a Primarina or the Ferrothorn, which will force a switch. But I feel like Clefable is a great switch in here. If that's the case. So I am going to just fire off this Outrage, and let's see what happens. So we actually are going to get a faster Bolt Beak. So your Choice Scarf, and that's enough to knock me out. Ooh, that was a tough one. Losing that early is not great. But, like we said, we do have Penguin Boy. So maybe Penguin Boy will be enough because you're a physical hitter to get off this Belly Drum here. So I am going to fire off this Belly Drum. And hopefully with that 130 speed, I should outspeed here. Okay, so the opponent is actually going to withdraw their Dragozolt. Great call out there to make sure that they can survive better hits here. And I do set up the Belly Drum. So I actually will respect that move a lot. This doesn't grant me my speed boost. So it will make things a little bit tougher in the long run. But the nice thing here too is that my defense actually is a little bit stronger. So I can use that to my advantage. I still go into Dynamax, and I'm going to hit with this Max Strike here. I can survive one attack from Primarina. and then I can knock it out. And then hopefully between Dragonzolt and the other Pokemon, I can try to survive it. But yeah, I thought, honestly, I was surprised that Dragonzolt was Choice Scarf, but shout out to the opponent for calling out me out on that. And, you know, reverting expectations, or subverting expectations with that. So really cool to see that tech from the Dragonzolt going for Choice Scarf. It did actually have a chance to miss with the Bolt Beak, in which case we would have knocked it out for sure. So SQ comes out. We are that Dynamax SQ. So with the defense boost, hopefully I should be able to... Oh, I actually outspeed Primarina already. That's nice. That's great. I actually did not expect that. That's awesome. Oh my goodness, we're in a great position here. Because now what could happen is Dragonzolt comes out, but Dragonzolt has to get hit by at least one attack. I have to get hit by at least one attack, meaning that it's a physical attack. I'll absorb it, and then I can fire off a max Hailstorm and knock it out. So I'm really excited about this. This is looking great. So even if it outspeeds, I get that protection. So awesome. I love that turn. That was super helpful. Thank you for it, Jolly. We're actually going to see Ferrothorn come out. Ferrothorn is pretty strong here, so I am going to fire off this max Hailstorm. Let's see how much damage I do. But at +6, this should hurt for sure. I definitely could imagine that this +6 max Hailstorm is going to hurt. I'm not sure if it's going to knock out. That might be a different question, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful we can get a knockout here. But they don't have any safe switch-ins either. Ferrothorn can't switch into... you can't switch into Dragonzolt. Okay, that's how you're going to play it. I like that call. So the opponent, what they're going to try to do here is survive this attack with that Dynamax. They might actually max guard here, which will prove problematic for sure. So I like this call. I think to improve survivability. And it's a great call. So we do see the max guard. Okay. So I fire off this max Hailstorm. It goes into the Ferrothorn slot. And I think what I want to do is max guard as well. Because the thing here is I don't think I'm going to knock out Ferrothorn with that max Hailstorm in your Dynamax. But if I can absorb your Dynamax attack, that's more valuable to me than surviving your normal attack. And then I waste your Dynamax and then it's over. So I'm going to meet the max guard, protect myself for now, and I'll take the final max steel spike. So SQ is going to go ahead and retreat back, and hopefully we can hit these Icicle Crashes and make them work. So let's go off with this Icicle Crash and make it happen. Let's make it happen. I think SQ could also learn Ice Punch, which would be helpful too. So not enough to knock out as I figured, and now we take the max steel spike, and that's okay. I'm okay now to take that max steel spike because now Ferrothorn is going to be lower thanks to the Dynamax being over. That's probably better to knock out at this point. So we are going to get that Ice Face breakout. Sad Penguin, but we are going to try to get that knockout here. Ferrothorn does reveal the leftovers. But yeah, I think that was a great call. Kind of thinking about the long-term picture. I do want to make sure I can deal with Dragonzolt appropriately, which can be tough, especially even with Clefable in the mix. So Ferrothorn does go for Protect. So the only thing that this does is just burn off a Icicle Crash turn. So not too worried there. I think it also just gives them a little bit extra recovery thanks to the leftovers. So that can also help them kind of survive an attack. But Ferrothorn's only at +1 defense. I'm at +5, +6 attack. So technically it's a +5. And if I get a flinch, this is going to be even more helpful. So we're going to get this Icicle Crash. Not enough to knock out. So Ferrothorn surviving does flinch. So Ferrothorn is going to try. I'm pretty sure it's going to do the whole like, hey, I'm going to protect. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack. So I do want to make sure I keep on hitting this Icicle Crash buttons. Here comes the boom. As expected. Trying to survive as many with the leftovers as possible. But yeah, I can't risk not hitting, so I will have to try to keep on attacking. Power points for Icicle Crash are kind of getting a little bit lower. I'm at 5, so hopefully if it fails to protect, I can get this knockout, then we're in a good spot here. But it is important I try to knock it out here. another question that comes up is, do I outspeed Dragonzolt even without the Choice Scarf? Even through the Choice Scarf, right? So that is another question that comes up. Ferrothorn does go for another Protect, gets the other Protect. Hey, they're trying to play for that win con. I respect that. That's going to be a tough one for sure. But this is tough. The Dragonzolt did open up pretty strongly, but I think I responded with a pretty big hurdle that the opponent has to overcome. So we'll see. I think if I was the opponent, I get the Icicle Crash, so I am able to knock out this Ferrothorn here. Okay. So the Ferrothorn, what it was able to do was save up a lot of the it kind of drained my power points here. But honestly, if I outspeed and I knock out, then it's game over. But if the Dragonzolt outspeed, then it's game over for me. But not really necessarily game over. It'll be harder. Dragonzolt actually does outspeed and it uses Outrage, which is perfect! Because we win! Because my last Pokemon's Clefable, and Clefable is immune to Dragon moves. Let's go! Let's go! We had all the pieces we needed to win. And you're locked into your Outrage. That's it! Doesn't affect me, and you're confused, but it doesn't matter at this point. Because you are Choice Scarfed, and that means that you cannot win. Queen Fable wins, and we get that battle cancellation. Woo! That's awesome. Technically not a rage quit because they did do the proper, hey, I ran away from the battle and things like that. And Queen Fable really set it up. That's the whole team dynamic working together. That's teamwork make the dream work. It wasn't just Dragovish. It wasn't just the Angry Penguin. It wasn't just Clefable. It was all three making it happen. But I think we got to get the haters gotta hate, right? So I think this is appropriate. Haters gotta hate. I love it. I love it. But all respect to the opponent, they did not rage quit. They just ran away normally. But yeah, having it Clefable be the end Pokemon's perfect. And the opponent went for perfect accuracy, which totally respect that. But it cost him at the end. It cost him at the end. But yeah, haters gonna hate. That's my girl Clefable. That's my boys. Yeah, thank you, Neuron Gamer. I appreciate it. It was fun to make that, and so I'm glad that you guys appreciated it too. I kind of want to do more fun things like that. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I love the idea of the whiteboard rage quit. I gotta do that too and make that happen. Sounds good, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Awesome to have you guys in the channel. Tell Kitten that I said hey. And I hope you guys are both doing well. And yo, you gotta make sure that you have some good, man, get something good to eat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Get something good. Alrighty, I think we're gonna do one more battle, and then I might change it up. Might do some raids or something, just to take it a little bit easy. But yeah, let's see what we got. Oh, we got Dragonzolt. Dragonzolt's coming up a lot these days. So we got Dragonzolt, Diggersby, we got Amoonguss, we got Primarina, we got the Urshifu, we got Charizard. So a lot of physical hitters, which is something I do actually like to see here. I honestly feel like this is going to be helpful, having the same combination of Dragovish, Eskew, and Clefable. Punch as many holes as I can, and then see where it goes from there. And really, depending on the opponent, I mean, I can also fire off a really powerful Psychic Fangs into the Amoonguss slot. That hurts Urshifu too, if it's not Urshifu Dark. If it's Urshifu Water, then Psychic Fangs. If Urshifu Dark, then it's Fishious Rend. But the power of Dragovish is very powerful. It's a wall breaker. It punches holes in the wall, and you exploit those weaknesses. So let's see what the opponent decides to do here. We'll adjust and make it work. So the opponent is going to go ahead and send out Primarina. And then I have sent out Dragovish. So Primarina does prove to be a considerable threat here, even if I am Choice Scarfed. I don't think I will do enough to knock it out. Technically, I could do a lot of damage, and then that might be enough to help in the long run. So, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to hit this Fishious Rend button. Let's see what happens. Primarina takes that decently well. It loses a lot of HP though. I probably am gonna get knocked out here, let's be real. Totally fine. I'm okay with that. And I will slow down the opponent's onslaught from here. SQ isn't ready to play, but SQ can come out to play later. So let's bring in Clefable first. And I think here I'm just going to set up Stealth Rock. Just make it easier on myself to handle some of these bigger moves coming out. And then that will just help SQ secure so many KOs down the line too. So Primarina actually is going to switch out, so that's actually going to help deal with Primarina in the long run. And the opponent does send out Amoonguss. And so I actually do get off a Stealth Rock here, so that's going to be so helpful in the long run. Just dealing with Primarina. I think Amoonguss is going to be a little bit harder to deal with, but if I can get a +6, if I can get a +6 SQ in, yeah, Amoonguss is not going to have fun with that. So here we are. We're going to set up a Calm Mind. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to walk into a Spore here, but totally fine here. I'd rather Clefable be put to sleep than SQ. That also would have been a great call out there of like, hey, Haxorus could also sweep. Yeah, kind of thinking about it, Haxorus could have also had the opportunity to sweep too. But not a big deal in the long run. I think it's totally fine. So I am still fast asleep. And we are going to see the Sludge Bomb. So I take that comfortably. And I said, the red card, get out of here! Get out of here, Amoonguss! And let's see what the opponent sends out. Oh, Primarina is back in the fray. And that is actually going to be helpful lowering his HP thanks to the Stealth Rock here. So Primarina has a choice. It could go for something like, hey, I could switch out into Amoonguss. I can set up, you know, something else. Primarina actually is just going to fire off that Moonblast. I think trying to lower my special attack here. It does a decent amount. I'm still asleep, unfortunately. And so I am going to try this Wish. Just see how much damage see if I can get some healing. We are going to fire off one more Moonblast. Do I wake up? Do I get to fire off this Wish? I wake up and I get the Wish. That's awesome. Okay. I think what I want to do here is switch in SQ now. This is kind of a risky play, but I think if I get enough of my recovery thanks to the Wish, I can have SQ start to sweep. So here comes SQ. I get off the Moonblast is coming my way. Ooh, I take a lot of damage though. Unfortunately though, that also makes it harder for the Belly Drum to come out. But I could say this. Facade might be enough to knock out this Primarina. So if I hit off a Facade and then Belly Drum on the... not enough even with the critical hit. Unfortunate there. I will be eating up a full Moonblast though. SQ does okay, but this does actually prove problematic against the Amoonguss because I won't be able to knock it out immediately with Icicle Crash. So I get off the Facade, and I ram into it with my big blocky head, which is hilarious. It really depends on what the opponent's final Pokemon is. If it is something like a, I don't know, like a physical hitter, I will be okay with that. And I can fire off like a Max Ice, or like Urshifu, I would be okay with that because then I can fire off a Max Strike. And then I can fire off a Max Hailstorm. So we're going to see Charizard, actually. Charizard takes a lot of damage thanks to the Stealth Rock there. So I'm hopeful that I can get off one Max Geyser. If Charizard is especially based, then we are in trouble. But if Charizard is physically based, then we will be lucky. But most likely, most Charizards are specially based. And kind of reflecting on this, if I did have Haxorus instead, I think I would have been in a much better spot. Haxorus could have easily knocked out Primarina with Iron Tail / Max Steel Spike. I would have been able to set up some Dragon Dances there, but I think SQ setup was a lot harder to get to. So, live and learn. I think that with Amoonguss and Spore, even just getting a free turn of, hey, I didn't fall asleep would have been helpful. So let's see what happens. Most likely Charizard is going to knock me out here, and then Bobby Clefable is going to knock me out too. Is going to be knocked out here. So we're going to see the G-Max Wildfire. That's super effective. Are you physically based? You are not, and that's enough. Alrighty. So great job from the opponent there. That was really good. And SQ is unfortunately knocked out, but unfortunately we just did not get the speed boost. And special attacks are the hardest for SQ to deal with. Charizard reveals the Life Orb, but at this point doesn't really make a difference. Alrighty, so there's no way I'm gonna win this, so because Max Wildfire, the damage from that is already gonna knock me out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and withdraw. Great job from the opponent. They played that wonderfully, and I think that I could have invested more in Haxorus in that round for sure. Dragovich also did a good job. I think if I had Clefable first, that might have been more helpful. So yeah, I'll continue battling. I'll do one more. Yo, what is up, Spa Day Watermelon? Great to see you here on the stream. How you doing today? Love the hearts, by the way. Super cute. Super cute. Alright, so we lost a couple points, but no biggie. We'll go for 22. Let's try and see if that final match we can make it happen. But yeah, we've been doing great. I've been having a blast. And I love this team. Clefable, Queen Fable holding the fort. Holding the fort has been amazing. Alright, so the opponent is going to have a couple of big Pokemon here. We have Haxorus on their side. We have the Crummy. We have the Rhyperior. We have the Snorlax. We have the Rotom, and we have the Bisharp. Now, I do like the fact that there are a lot of physical hitters on the team, which I can take advantage of. Being able to set up a Belly Drum and going from there. Because there are a lot of physical hitters, that also makes it easy for Corsola to make her more Canoe. The opponent also doesn't really have a way to dissuade Dragovich, so I feel like that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to have Dragovich punch holes, because why not? Then Corsola and SQ going for it. I would imagine that we are going to see this Haxorus, just because SQ is here, but... oh, Watermelon! Oh, how come you deleted your message? The hearts were cute. I like the hearts. Thank you for the virtual hugs. They were cute. Alrighty, so unfortunate for the opponent, they have Rotom versus Dragovich, which means that they're going to have to switch out pretty early here. That means that whatever comes in is going to take a ton of damage, and I'm probably going to knock out this Rotom, if not bring it to his Choice Scarf, or Choice Focus Dash, and that's it. Rotom is knocked out here. It's kind of a rough start from the opponent, but makes it a lot easier for SQ to win in the long run here. I kind of feel like Dragovich does hit the easy button for sure. And so for the sake of a challenge, I might change him out. So if you guys have any suggestions on a different Pokemon besides Dragovich, I'd love to hear it. But yeah, Dragovich comes in and just hurts. It just does incredible amount of damage here. I would imagine that the opponent... Oh, nope, the opponent does not Dynamax, so that's gone. Oh, Chromie. Okay, bye, Chromie. So it's just, you know, what's the next Pokemon coming up? Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Okay, Snorlax is up, so yeah, I'm not worried. Even if it Dynamaxes, doesn't matter because SQ can survive 1, get +6, and then just go to town with Max Hailstorms. And that's even better because SQ doesn't need the speed; it just needs the power. And so get my Ice Face back is even better. So yeah, we're looking great. Oh man, I feel so bad for the opponent, but yeah, Dragovich is so dominant in this format that you have to have it. Oh, no worries, Kitten Fanes. All good, all good. Oh yeah, I forgot Kitten Fanes is a moderator here, so that might be why. But all good. Spa Day Watermelon. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, so you wanted to see what was up. Gotcha, gotcha. No worries at all. Spa Day Watermelon, we are happy to have you here on the stream. Hope you're doing well. We got a lot of awesome people here. We got Kitten Fanes. We got Neuron Gamer. Daxman was here earlier, and we even had an older friend Trivalbolt, he was here a little bit earlier. So, the Figgy Berry is eaten, and we get the Facade, but really at this point, Dragovich is exerting so much pressure that's almost impossible Snorlax could Dynamax here, and they decided to cancel. I don't blame them for sure. Unfortunate there, but what can you do? What can you do? We'll go ahead and count. We haven't shown it as often, so we'll go ahead and get the whole Gastrodon Rage Quit compilation. Haters are gonna hate for sure. Oh man, and there we go, there we go. We got another quit there. I ran away too, so no biggie. I think the opponent did it. They were totally fine, and I appreciate them hitting that run away button. But yeah, no, it's fun to play that for sure. But nothing but respect for my opponent. That was really quick. I say we go for one more. Let's go for one more. We got this. Alrighty. Ooh, I like this already. The opponent also has a Dragon Fist. I'm happy to see that. We actually have simple Woobat. Simple Woobat's very scary. It sets up Calm Mind. It gets +4 in all of its stats. +4 in special defense and +2 in special defense and special attack and 1 Calm Mind. Sets it up enough, and then it uses stored power. With that, I think Clefable is going to be important here. It is important that we have Clefable to help deal with some of these big threats. So I am going to have Clefable. I do like SQ. I don't think that my own Dragovish is as necessary. Well, I could use, so... Yeah. I'm trying to think. We could go with Corsola to make it easier in the end game. Or we can just punch holes. Yeah, let's punch holes. Let's go for it. Why not? Alright, let's see what happens here. Most likely, if the opponent does lead... And the opponent... Everyone knows what Dragovish can do. Like, that's not a question. It's hitting the easy button. But let's see what the opponent opts to do here. And that can be helpful in the long run of figuring out what we need to do to kind of maximize our power here. So the opponent is going to go ahead and lead off with a Woobat. This Woobat is going to try to set up the simples. But I'm not too worried here, because if it does, then I can just switch in Clefable. So let me just hit with this Fishious Rend, do some damage here. We are going to see the immediate Dynamax, so interesting. Yeah, I'd love to tell you about Queen Fable. So Queen Fable is our Clefable that we're using on this team. There was a battle earlier where I got a surprise knockout thanks to the red card. I was able to survive a hit, and then from there, I just went into town and really knocked out the opponent. So it was really helpful. So we are going to get this Fishious Rend. Oh, unfortunate! I just knocked out the Woobat! Oh, that hurts! I'm so sorry. But yeah, Queen Fable is basically a Clefable. It's super defensive. Has a lot of awesome tricks to really discourage the opponent from doing much of what their setup needs to do. So it's been really helpful in the long run. So I think here I'm pretty much ready to go to set up SQ. But I think what I want to do is maybe Dynamax and use Max Wormwind. I don't think SQ needs a Dynamax to win. Yeah, no, unfortunately with that, the opponent losing that Woobat so early on, that's just going to open up a lot of holes here. And I'm just going to go ahead and Dynamax my own Dragovish. This is one Pokemon you don't really expect to Dynamax. So I didn't want the opponent to get off a free Fishious Rend on another Pokemon of mine. So we are going to see the Fishious Rend. Yeah, I expected as much. Not very effective. I take that like a champ. And I get the Max Wormwind. That should be enough to knock out. Yeah, Clefable is very bulky. Amazing stats overall. Great typing with just plain Fairy. And able to hit, and able to do like Stealth Rock and Wish and Calm Mind and Light Screen and so many support moves and attack moves. So the flexibility of Clefable is amazing. But yeah, it's just Rotom Wasp versus the world, and it's not going to be able to do too much here. And the opponent cancels. We got that. We got the cancellation. Not really a rage quit, but I think it's a time for a Gastrodon one more time. Let's bring our good friend Gastrodon back out here, because haters are going to hate for sure. And there we have it. There we have it. Oh man, that was really great. So let's check out the team. Yeah, weakness polish on that Swoobat, getting that +4. And simple, raising that. Store power becoming really strong. Air Slash becoming great. And just really boosting it up. I'm surprised it went for Amnesia over, whatchamacallit, the Calm Mind, but I would imagine the idea behind the Swoobat is just take one special attack and then go from there. But yeah, that Swoobat just, unfortunately, I just ate through it. Here comes Mudsdale. Mudsdale probably was a really strong Pokemon too. Chesto Berry, so it could use Rest. I like that a lot. Rest, Iron Defense, Body Press, and Earthquake. And really just up in its defense, like, to crazy amounts. The special defense is the issue with Mudsdale, so I like to use Assault Vest on mine personally. I have used Mudsdale on Sun and Moon, and Assault Vest Mudsdale was really great. I also use that with Dark EMZ Persian with Parting Shot, and I would recover all of my Mudsdale's HP, which was amazing. So really slower burn there, which was helpful. Yeah, and Choice Specs Rotom wouldn't have enough. It could have tricked my Choice Scarf, but in the long run, it wouldn't have been enough to win that battle. Snorlax with the Figgy Berry could have done it. I think Snorlax still had an opportunity, and it had its own Dragovish with it didn't have a Dragon move, which is interesting. That was very interesting. Brutal Stream's not that great. I don't know why you have it in singles. It's good in doubles if you want to pop a weakness policy. But yeah, this was definitely not a singles-based team. And then Hydreigon would have been enough. I think if you had Hydreigon in this battle, you would have been in a great spot. But Hydreigon, luckily I threatened it out with Clefable, which is all I needed. And also would have been great against Corsola too. So I am surprised you didn't choose Hydreigon. Alright, we got rank 9. Look at that. We are climbing up. That's only 2 more ranks, guys, until we get to Master Rank in singles, which is surprising. Yeah, let's go ahead and try one more battle out. Let's give it a shot, and we'll go from there. Maybe we'll continue, maybe we won't. I don't know. Alright, so we got a pretty tough team here, including Dragovish and Dragozolt. We have Galarian and Darmanitan, so 3 physically strong Pokemon. We have Sylveon, we have Charizard, and we have Cobalion. So looking at this, I feel like SQ can be very helpful, taking one physical attack, then surviving it, and then belly drumming and going to town here. Clefable can help set up Stealth Rock to help get some KOs in the long run. I like the idea of Dragovish. Yeah, I might have to use my own Dragovish to help deal with some of the stronger attacks coming my way. So, for instance, like if the opponent uses Dragovish, then I gotta switch in my own Dragovish to absorb a Fishious Rend and kind of play it that way, you know? So, a lot of different maneuvers we have to make here, but I'm confident we can make it happen. Dragovish is just an oppressive force for sure. And so this trainer has thought of a lot of different things and a lot of different techs, so I'm very curious to see what we can expect. But a lot of physical hitters, so I'm hopeful that we can use that to our advantage. I could have also used Corsola, but I think that Zolt and Vish make it harder for Corsola. Like, against Cobalion and against Darmanitan, Corsola does great, but Fishious Rends hurt, and so does Boltbeak. Those moves are just way too powerful, and if I could survive one, yeah, actually, you know, kind of reflecting on this, I think Corsola would have been a great choice, but let's see what we can do with Clefable first, and try to see what we can make happen. So the opponent is going to go ahead and lead off with Sylveon, so that's actually nice, versus Clefable here. So that's a great opportunity for me to go ahead and just set up Stealth Rock, making it easier to knock out my opponent in the long run. So I do actually outspeed the Sylveon. I set up the Stealth Rock. That will help deal with Charizards and other Pokemon. Sylveon is going to hit with its Hyper Voice. I should take it. 30 HP. Oh man, so this Sylveon is packing Choice Specs really strong here. But I send that red card. Get out of here, Sylveon. And here comes Cobalion. Cobalion won't take too much damage from the Stealth Rock. And Clefable isn't really going to be surviving this next attack. I feel like I want a Moonblast still. Maybe Cobalion is going to try to set up here. So Cobalion also sets up Stealth Rock as well. Interesting. That's the first time I've seen Stealth Rock. I thought I was the only one. But I do get off a Moonblast, which will be helpful. Just hitting Cobalion with good damage. Look at that. Spa Watermelon, Day Watermelon asking, I heard Clefable was going to be pretty strong. There you go. That's proof. Look how much damage that took. That was incredible. We will be taking this Iron Head, but not a big deal here. Clefable takes that decently well. I am knocked out with that. So I think my question here is like, do I start with SQ, start with the Belly Drum, get that speed boost, and go to town? And I think the answer is yes. Yes, I do. So I will be taking Stealth Rock damage, unfortunately. But I think with the Belly Drum, I I can at least get my HP back. Now, Cobalion might not try to ram into me, which makes sense. I don't blame it for not ramming into me. But we can use that to our advantage, surviving one physical attack. I would probably switch out to Sylveon right now, if I were the opponent. But Sylveon's slower. We did see that. So we do see the Volt Switch, actually. So the Volt Switcher is a great call out there. I take that comfortably. I'm glad to see that. The Volt Switcher is a great call out there because it allows to attack me, and then keep on going. Yes, we got that strong Clefable. Charizard, ooh, taking so much damage thanks to the Stealth Rock. And I do set up this Belly Drum. That Belly Drum does bring me pretty low with that 8 HP. But I do eat the Citrus Berry, and I am able to recover a decent amount. Problem here is that Charizard's usually specially based, so that will be problematic. I think what I want to do here is waste one of Charizard's Dynamax turns, making it easier for Dragovish in the end. And I think Dragovish can end this game. I think that we're in a great spot here. We do see the Charizard Dynamaxing, and it does show that it's faster than I am. But yeah, I think we can win this. Especially with Stealth Rock down. I should be able to... Okay, so it's not G-Max Charizard. So that's good to know. Yeah! Hey, I don't blame you. Yeah, the Penguin is insane. I feel the same way, Kitten Fanes. I mean, I've been lucky because I've been playing Pokemon consistently throughout my life. So I've been able to keep up with new ones. But, like, yeah, there are 893. So if you don't know it, all of them, totally understandable. We are going to fire off this Max Guard. I don't want this Charizard to knock me out here. We do see the Max Flare, so an interesting choice. I'm hopeful that it is physically based Charizard, which will make things even easier. We're going to see another Max Flare. Can I survive one Max Flare? No, unfortunately, it was specially based. And that Max Flare actually does prove a little bit problematic. It does lower the effectiveness of my Fishious Rens coming out. And so that will be a lot harder to deal with. Yeah, I feel that. And thank you for the solar power to weaken Charizard even further. But yeah, this does prove a little bit of a bigger threat. I have to fire off all these Fishious Rens and get these knockouts here. So Charizard has... How many turns of Sun? 4 turns of Sunlight. Ooh, that's going to be tough. I might knock out this Charizard. But hopefully Charizard might... Nope, it doesn't protect. So it maximizes the Sun turns. That is enough to knock out the Charizard. But now the question is, will I have enough to knock out the other Pokemon? So that's the million-dollar question here. Great opportunity to send in Sylveon. Hey, you get that little defensive buffer. But I'm hopeful that Fishious Men might be strong enough. And if we can knock it out, we're going to be in a great spot. The opponent is going to be sending out that Sylveon, so if Sylveon does survive, we're going to lose. But hopefully that Stealth Rock might be just enough to knock it out. Let's see. Here comes the Fishious Run. Is it enough for the knockout? No, it is not, and that means we will lose. So great battle from the opponent. Wow, that was impressive. Yeah, that was really good. That was great. So mad props to there. That the Sun being strong enough to lower my physical attack. And unfortunately, I just wasn't able to maximize SQ enough. And I think if I just said, hey, look, if I didn't Dynamax and I went for, or I didn't Belly Drum and I went for that Liquidation, would have put us in a better spot in the end game. So that was me on getting a little bit greedy there, but great call out there and learning from that. So Cobalion actually using some special attacks as well. Volt Switch didn't do too much, but a great way to kind of, hey, you know, make it easier for it to switch out. Stealth Rock is really great. Yeah, we see the Charizard with the solar panel power, and I love that tech. Instead of saying, hey, I'm going to use Dynamax Charizard, I'm going to use a normal Charizard, and I'm going to turn on the Sun for myself so I can use that solar power, which is super helpful. We did. Clefable coming in clutch, doing a lot of great damage there, and the quick attack, Hyper Voice, Side Shock, yeah. I think Sylveon having the backing of the Sun really helped out. Yeah, this opponent had a great team. Oh, Iron Head is interesting. I love that tech. And that makes sense too. You probably aren't going to use the others, the other bite moves as often. Psychic Fangs is helpful. Domanitan, Choice Scarf, Band, Weakness Policy. Okay. So yeah, the opponent came in with some hard hits and some great defensive buffers. So awesome to see that. I think we'll do one more. That will be perfect. We'll end at 25 total. Oof. But we are still at rank 29. And yeah, Clefable, holy Queen Fable. I love her. She has done an amazing job on this team and helping us get there. So more profound love for Clefable. Here we get a pretty scary team, especially because the opponent has ways to turn off Gyrovish, as well as SQ will get multiple hits on it. But the nice thing here is that this does give Haxorus somewhat of some playability. I think what I like about Haxorus is that it could set up one Dragon Dance. And as long as it can set up one Dragon Dance, it can go. But the issue is that the opponent doesn't have status, so I don't get a free turn to set up that Dragon Dance. So a lot of complexity. Whew, this is a tough one. Excuse me. I feel like I like Ninetales. I like the idea of SQ, and I think I can work with Corsola. I feel like if I had to deal with Durant or Minccino. Yo! This is the Warriors Gold Mine! Hey! That's fun. That's always fun. Alright, so we do see the Minccino lead off. So Minccino is probably going to destroy the well, Minccino for sure will knock out Ninetales because Aurora Veil, I'll break through my focus stats, but I guess the question here is, like, do I feel confident that I'll knock out the Minccino with the Blizzard? I can just do that, honestly. Nope, Minccino outspeeds. That's lovely. Okay, that's a knockout. We're just gonna have to sit here and take it. But that's good to know. We know that it's Choice Scarfed. Yeah, I think that's the only way it can outspeed. So, okay. Good to know. We see that it's Choice Scarfed. I have to lose Minccino. Or I have to lose Ninetales. I actually do have a Minccino I can use. So I might have to do that later. This Minccino's a gold digger. Going through the mines, to the mine digger. Knocking me out. Let me go ahead and use Will-O-Wisp on whatever switches in. And hopefully it will... Oh, what? Minccino actually outspeeds Ninetales naturally. Oh my goodness. I did not anticipate this. Wow. Jason. This is the Paraflinch tactic. It's going to paralyze me. And then Minccino has King's Rock. King's Rock has a 10% chance to flinch every time you attack with a move. Minccino hits 5 times guaranteed thanks to its ability. It could paralyze me. It could stop me from attacking. This is the Pokemon I think you need to have on your team. It's cute, but it's deceptive. Okay, so I disabled the Rock Blast. I get the Strength Sap off, so I get to heal up that damage. But yeah, we're just taking a lot of the HP here. Hopefully the Legend of Zelda music might be enough for Corsola. In the chat, let's go. Let's go. Let's root on Corsola. We can make this happen. But look at that Minccino coming in strong. And Jason, if you want this on your team, Neuron Gamer, I will make this Corsola for you for sure. But Corsola might, Minccino might switch out here. So I want to take that moment to go ahead and set up a light screen, making it easier to deal with the opponent in the long run. But yeah, this Minccino, oh my goodness. I did not anticipate this. Oh, and it just stays in. Just stays in. Going to fire off those bullet seeds. And it's going to try to paraflinch me. Yeah, let's go for it. We got to have the Minccino. And I think that's the thing. Spread Paralysis has King's Rock and keep on going. Yep, see? I flinched. I didn't move. But hopefully, thanks to the hail and thanks to the burn, I can wear down this Minccino. But at what cost? It might be game over by the time I do so. And the opponent can play a game of attrition. They can just switch out. And then come back in. And then switch out. And then come back in. And then switch out. And then come back in. Yeah, I agree. I think Minccino definitely fits that description to a T. Oh, we get Durant coming in. Durant is going to be a hard Pokemon to deal with. But hopefully we can make that work. Durant probably is going to go for a max move, and we can strength sap it, making it easier to deal with in the long run. So let's go ahead and use the strength sap. But if I miss one paralysis, that might be game over. It honestly could be game over here. SQ could survive one. I get the belly drum off. And then if I can hit with a max geyser, or I hit faster than the entire opponent, maybe we can do this. So we still got things in the back. We can still make this happen. But we gotta believe. The Zelda music's over. It's just I forget the track that this plays on. I think it's like Ribbon something. But yeah, we got the happy music. Not really fitting. Not fitting, because this is scary. I can get a Max Darkness coming out. We actually see the Max Rockfall. Okay. Max Rockfall is dangerous. It does add chip damage. So I survived that well. So that's good. I'm surviving the Max Rockfall. We do reveal the Life Orb. I get the Strength Sap off. Okay. Okay, we're looking good here. Because you lower your attack, but I'm getting all that healing. Corsola feeling good about herself with that healing. You know what I'm saying? So I think in this case, I'm going to fire off one more. I'm going to fire off a Will-O-Wisp. We are going to see the Max Steel Spike now. Max Steel Spike is going to do a decent amount. Okay, I can survive two. I can survive one more max move here, for sure. Taking that damage with that Life Orb. We get the Will-O-Wisp off, so we're making this happen. We're making this work, ladies and gentlemen. We're making this work. And hopefully that burn will be enough to slow things down. That Durant is going to be taking damage thanks to the burn, but I cannot be paralyzed here. That's the tricky thing, guys. We're rolling the dice here. Can we get this dice roll? Can we get out of the paralysis, get this strength sap, and get our HP back? That's going to be so helpful against Durant. Durant goes for that Max Steel Spike one more time. It's going to be a pretty big attack. I take that decently well again, thanks to the strength sap from previous and the Will-O-Wisp. We are going to lose some HP. Oh, and I'm paralyzed, folks. Oh, you hate to see it. That's the thing that we are playing against, the paralysis. Neuron Gamer, that tricky team you're building, man. I don't want to face it. I don't want to face it because I'm facing a part of it right now. And it's hard, but man, that Thunder Wave surprised me. We get to survive the Iron Head. I get the strength sap off. Thank goodness. Corsola. Let's get some hype for Corsola being defensive. Can we survive these onslaughts and make it work for us? We're trying to make things work for sure. Durant losing its HP thanks to that burn. Light screen is over, but honestly don't think that that's going to be as important. Let's go ahead and hit off this Nightshade. Durant's Iron Head also has a chance to flinch me. So that is dangerous. So we are going to see the Iron Head. Loses HP thanks to the Life Orb. I do get off the Nightshade. That's going to be so much great HP. Oh my goodness. Sandstorm's over, so I won't be taking chip damage, but Durant is going to take a lot of damage here. And this is great. This actually sets us up well for SQ down the line here. So lucky for us, we will probably get this knockout with the Iron Head coming out. Even if I get a flinch, not too worried about that. I get the Nightshade off, so I think I could have done Strength Sap instead. I think Strength Sap would have been a better move there to get a little bit more extra healing off. But yeah, we're going to be dealing with this very powerful Minccino coming back out. Darmanitan, oh my goodness, that's just not great. Can I survive one attack and get the Strength Sap off? Luckily, the opponent is completely physical, and that's all I need for SQ to start running rampant. I get the Curse Body. Icicle Crash also can flinch. I get the Strength Sap. Here we go. We're making moves happen, ladies and gentlemen. We're making moves happen. Darmanitan is Curse Bodied. So what that means is that Darmanitan actually can't attack, meaning the opponent has to send in Minccino. So it's an interesting conundrum because I can't hit the opponent with a Ghost type move. It's already burnt. I'm not going to get much healing. I can't get any healing. So I'm going to go ahead and set up Light Screen. Just to waste a turn. And the opponent quits! Corsola did it! Ah! Corsola! Corsola did it! Yes! Oh my gosh! She did it! I'm crying! crying. Yo, we gotta get that celebration. We gotta get that celebration. Yeah, we did it, folks. Oh my goodness gracious, we figured it out. And I'm so glad too, because like, I'm glad that I also had SQ, because at least surviving one physical attack, that would have been enough. But oh my goodness, Corsola coming in, holding off against the Durant, holding off against the Minccino, and holding off against that Darmanitan. Oh my goodness, folks, that was crazy. Can we give it up for Corsola? I love this, yo. Shout out to Kitten Base, shout out to Nuon Gamer, shout out to Daxman, shout out to Spa Day Watermelon, shout out to our good friend, our newest follower, Triple Bolt. Yo, you guys are awesome, and we did it, folks. We got that Corsola hype in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my goodness. I am so over the moon with Corsola. Oh my goodness. Y'all, do we think we need to go one more? I think this is, hang on. I gotta ask y'all. Do we go one more? Do we go one more? Do we go? We got the, do we go one more? I mean, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling great, even though it lost. All right, we got the hype. We gotta go. We go one more battle. Like, let's go for a couple more battles, folks. Let's do it. Cool. We got that Mario Kart 8 music playing, that jazzy theme. We got that jazzy thing. Let's dance, yo. Let's move. Oh, my B, I knocked the microphone away. You have to forgive me. But oh my goodness, this is great. This is the battles. This is what I'm talking about, guys. It's figuring out that this is what's so much fun about Pokemon. You never know what your opponent's gonna throw at you, and it's finding the pieces of the puzzle and making it work, and what you got, and going for it, and being with your friends too. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. You have no idea. Oh, and here we go, Queen Fable on the other side of the team. Well, actually, King Fable. Well, you know what? Guys can be queens too if they want to, or girls can be kings. It doesn't matter. You know, 2020, whatever. But anyways, we got another Durant. We got the Scolipede, so the speed boost coming out. We got the Dragozolt. We got the Dragovish. We got the Rotom, and we got the Clefable. So looking at this very physically based team, I do like SQ. I don't like Dragovish as much, but I do like the idea of Clefable instead of the Ninetales. So I am going to go with Clefable, SQ, and Corsola. And that actually can help out a lot too. If the opponent attacks me, then I can reveal what else they have and kind of be like, okay, I can adjust here. But yeah, Corsola, just all these physical hitters, exactly what Corsola wants to see here, right? Exactly what she wants to see here. I can burn them, I can strength snap them, I can wear them down, and as long as I knock out Rotom, maybe having my own Dragovish might be enough to discourage Rotom from coming out to play. Alright, so let's see what's going to happen here. This is awesome. Let's make this one count, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Here we go. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys are having a blast, because it's been awesome hanging out with y'all. I'm just over the moon. Over the moon. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Alright. Here we go. Scolipede is out. Totally fine in this case. Scolipede is probably going to try to hit Clefable with a poison jab, and I'm going to be like, yo, Buster, I don't care about that. I'm setting up Stealth Rock. Even if it protects, totally fine. It might get a speed boost, but I don't care. I don't care, because you're going to hit me next turn, and then I'm going to go ahead and set up my Stealth Rock, and then I'm going to hit you. I'm going to deal with whatever comes out next. So Scolipede actually is going to Dynamax here. Interesting thing, we might actually see, yeah, playing right into Corsola, right? That's right. Scolipede don't matter. Of course, Scolipede don't matter. It don't matter. Corsola eats Scolipede for breakfast. Now, here's the thing. If we survive this attack, will my red card activate? Because I've never tested this before. And call out the Dynamax. We're going to see the Max Quake come out. So this is not enough to knock out my own Clefable. Okay, I take that like a champ. Totally fine. I say, get out of here! I say, oh, okay, it blocks the, okay. Red card blocks because of that. Okay, that's good to know. So now we know, folks, if you have red card, you cannot block, you cannot use that to get rid of Dynamax. So, good thing to call out there. I am going to go ahead and set up, Calm Mind. I think the problem here is that Scolipede's getting pretty fast, so that does mean that I have to use Corsola in the long run. But Max Knuckle doesn't do anything. I'm not too worried here. I think what the opponent's actually trying to do is actually baton pass to another Pokemon. But I don't care because Clefable ignores this boost. But I'm gonna boost up. It's gonna get that speed boost. I'm gonna go ahead and hit Wish. Yo, okay, we got that Max Steel Spike coming out, but I'm comfortable. I can take it. Yo, Clefable. Yo, let's get that Mario Kart. Let's get that Mario SNES Mario Rainbow Road coming up. We can make this work. Let's go. Okay, Dynamax is over. Now we know for a fact Red Card can't send out against Dynamax. That's super helpful to note. But yeah, I think here, I'm just going to go ahead and fire off a Moonblast. Why not? Alright. I feel like you're going to Baton Pass. No, you just hit with the Earthquake. Okay. I survive. Look at Clefable! Look at Clefable! Can we get some hype in the chat for Clefable surviving? That Earthquake. Look at that. I ignore your attack boost. And I take that like a champ, and my wish comes true. My wish comes true. Queen Fable's wish comes true. Some prayers have been answered. We're going to fire off another wish. And it's looking like we're in a great place. We're going to see that baton pass, but really, it doesn't matter. Because the problem here is that you're not going to be exerting any pressure. Because the Pokemon you're going to send out, I ignore their stat boost. I'm unaware. I don't see it. I don't see your stat boost. Rotom takes considerable amount of damage here, but I fire off a Wish. Okay. You know, you might have gotten a couple speed boosts here, Rotom, but I don't care. I'm going to fire off a Moonblast. Why not? Because what you're going to do is you're going to try to... Okay, I figured as much. You're going to use Trick. Giving me your Choice Scarf, or your Choice Specs, maybe? Yep, that's totally fine. I predicted that. I'm going to fire off this Moonblast. Boom. Good damage right there. Look at that. And I get all that healing thanks to the Wish. I'm ready for this. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you going to do, Rotom? What you going to do? Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Look at that. Look at that. The opponent can do nothing. Queen Fable. I didn't need anybody else. Queen Fable. Can we get some hype in the chat for Queen Fable? Can we get some hype in the chat for Queen Fable? You know what? The opponent might have not rage quit, but they were a little bit salty. You could sense it. Can y'all sense a little bit of that salt? I think it's appropriate to play. Oh man, Queen Fable holding the fort down, folks. Oh baby, oh my goodness, I am over the moon. Funny enough, over the moon because Clefable, the moon, y'all know the lore behind Clefairy. Mount Moon. But wow, Queen Fable holding it up. Let's go, let's go. Look at that. That was awesome. Oh my goodness, we gotta do another battle. We can't just let it go after that. Oh, that was great. That was awesome. Let's get that Queen Fable hype. I honestly did not think Clefable was going to be this good. Like, I love Clefable. I've used her in different battles and things, and I knew she was going to be good. But, like, this good? Like, nah, man. So, I'm really excited. That means a lot. Okay, so we have an interesting team here. I don't feel it's actually that confident with SQ, but I do feel confident with Haxorus. Actually, I kind of take that back a little bit. Weezing comes in. Weezing actually threatens a lot of my team. Excuse me. I feel like I can still hit Weezing hard. Because I still get my items. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Clefable. I'm going to go with Dragovish. I'm going to go with Corsola. The opponent doesn't have as many physical hitters to make SQ as worth it. And I feel like with Durant, I can deal with using Corsola. And I think the slow burn at the end game is going to be very vital here. Yeah. Let's kind of have it a little bit more defensive, figure it out, and make it work. But it's going to be a little bit of a playthrough in figuring that out. We got the whole Animal Crossing themes here. Shout out to those who are fans of Animal Crossing. We got the nice little kind of chill music going on. And we actually see Sinistea. Very interesting Pokemon. Sinistea has Cell Smash. But I don't care as Clefable because I ignore Stat Boost. So I'm just going to go ahead and set up this Stealth Rock here. And then Calm Mind, and let's see what happens. So we see the Cell Smash, but again, I ignore Stat Boost. So I really don't care. So you might have up your special attack, but like I said, I'm unaware of it. It's Queen Fable. We get the White Herb, so you are going to have your status return to normal. But I am going to set up the Stealth Rock, making it harder for your other Pokemon to really work through this. And I'm just going to go ahead and set up a... yeah, I'm going to just set up a Calm Mind in your face. Alright, so we're going to see the stored power, but that stored power is super weak. Does a decent amount, actually. But I have the red card. Get out of here! Sinistea. All your attack boosts are gone, and we have Sylveon come out in the field, ready to go here. Sylveon is going to lose damage thanks to the Stealth Rock, which will help out in the long run here. And Dragovish is ready to kind of run to town. We get our special attack and special defense boost. I am going to go ahead and fire off a... I feel like in this case, I can fire off a Moonblast. Okay, so, yeah, I can fire off a Wish next turn. So I do fire off a Moonblast. I think I can fire off 2 of them. So a decent amount of damage here. I'm going to go ahead and fire off... Yeah, I'll fire off another Moonblast. Not a big deal. I think Clefable has done her job in really denying Sinistea. Oh man, I could have. Well, no, I couldn't have, because the next Hyper Voice would be enough to knock out. If I whiffed the previous turn, that would be a different story. I lower Sylveon's special attack, making it easier to deal with it in the long run. So yeah, I can just hit the Moonblast button here. And Sylveon is actually going to withdraw, but that makes it a lot harder for it to deal with it in the long run. And we actually get Sinistea coming back. Hopefully, trying to hope that it can get the Cell Smash turn. So smart choice there for Sinistea to come back there. I am going to try to fire off this Wish here. And we're going to see another Cell Smash. This Cell Smash gets Sinistea at +2. This does make it a little bit harder to deal with Corsola. I think I outspeed. So I get off a Wish. Kind of looking at that, if I did hit with Moonblast, that would have been more effective. But I am curious to see what's going to happen. Yeah, the T-Coast is very cute. It's very powerful with the Cell Smash. But yeah. Okay, so we are unfortunately able... we are knocked out here. So the question here is that at +2 do I outspeed? I don't think so. So in fact, I'm just going to hit Max Darkness. It's very odd to see Dragovish Dynamax, but I think I have to survive a +2 attack. It is also possible that Sinistea is going to Dynamax here. But once I knock out Sinistea, I can then switch out Dragovish and then bring in Corsola. So I do see that Sinistea stays in, but I'm hopeful that Sinistea does not Dynamax here. Nope, we see it stay. Perfect. I'm able to knock it out with this Max Darkness. This is going to be helpful so much in the long run. I'm glad I went this route, because now most likely Sylveon's going to come into play. And Sylveon is going to lose a lot of HP thanks to the Stealth Rock. We were able to knock it out and get it pretty far down there. So we are going to see the Psychotic actually come into play. So with Psychotic, I mean, my next bet is going to be Max Mindstorm. The reason why I want to do this play is that Max Mindstorm helps prevent priority from Sylveon with quick attacks down the line. I might have to fall asleep, but I think that's okay in the long run. And it might also use Strength Stat, but like, whatever. I can always switch out Dragovish. So the opponent is actually going to respond with Dynamax of their own. So so that's nice. I don't have to deal with status. I am curious to see what their Sonotic is going to try to do here. And I don't have to deal with you trying to put me to sleep either. So I might have to take a pretty strong attack. But I'll figure this out. So I get off the Max Mindstorm. This will do okay damage. Yeah, I didn't expect it to do too much. But we can definitely make this work. Shiinotic goes for Max Starfall, so that will be enough to knock me out, definitely. That is a little bit problematic, just because Shiinotic will have can't be burnt, which will be trouble. But Corsola can survive. And Corsola can definitely take this back. Especially because now we knocked out the T-Ghost Pokemon. Oh, Kitten Fangs, remind me. There's actually a set of Pokemon cards based on Alice in Wonderland. And one of them is the T-Ghost. And another one is like Mr. Rhyme and things like that. So I'll have to show you that set. It's really cute. I actually outspeed here. So I fire off this light screen. I'm going to be taking these hits comfortably. And we are going to have another Max Starfall come my way. So we will be taking this damage. But look at that. We barely take any damage here. So I'm going to fire off this Nightshade. Hopefully trying to get as much damage off on this Shiinotic as possible. But that Shiinotic is not doing anything. We're going to get one more Max Starfall. But we just got to wait. Just play the patient game, waiting game here. I can probably Strength Snap coming up soon. I think I can do one more Nightshade. Strength Snap. Uh-oh, wait. It could probably try to put me to sleep. That's the problem. I do want to Strength Snap now, actually. Oh, duh. I forgot. You have your own, silly you. You forgot that you had your own Misty Train work against you. Alright, well. One mechanic that you gotta remember. If you used Max Overgrowth and then did that, then it would have worked. So we are able to get off the Nightshade here. And the opponent does fire off a Strength Snap of their own. I wish I did use Nightshade. I should have remembered Misty Train too. Okay, Misty Train is over. So that is a little bit scary. But I can fire off this Nightshade here. And hopefully that will be enough to kind of pack in. So we are going to have to deal with the Spore, unfortunately. But if we wake up in time, we can make this work. So I am fast asleep, though. It is going to be a slower burn. And Light Screen wears off, too. Ugh, that's not fun. I am still asleep. We're willing to die. Willing to die. Here comes that Strength Snap, though. So, while Shiinotic is going to heal its HP, the amount of HP healing is going to be so low. Yeah, because I have barely any attack. So I'm going to fire off this Light Screen, though. If I do wake up, I do need to have as much... Oh, I get to wake up. I do set up this Light Screen. That's going to be so helpful in surviving these attacks. I am so glad I made that call. Oh, and we got a Substitute come out. Ooh, that's nasty. But now here, that while the... Okay, Shiinotic does not reveal anything like... Okay, so we get the Spore. That's unfortunate. I will have to go to sleep. So, the trouble here is that because I'm not able to knock out the Shiinotic, it's going to be a very big war of attrition. So we got to fire through this. We got to fight through this. And we can figure it out. We can make it work. But the Substitute makes things a little bit harder. Shiinotic is going to go for the Strength Snap again. Strength Snap is not going to give too much HP back. But yeah, this opponent is figuring out, hey, I got to fight this war of attrition. And I am not adding much offensive assault here. So I am still asleep. Unfortunate there. But hopefully I can wake up, get another Nightshade off, and break this Substitute. Shiinotic finally goes for Moonblast, and I'm hopeful that I can disable it. Oh, that barely does anything anyways. I wake up, I get off the Nightshade. Yeah, the problem is Spore is just 100% accurate that I don't really have a way of protecting myself against it. So I am going to try this Will-O-Wisp. So I get the Will-O-Wisp off to help kind of deal with the slower burns. Making sure the Shiinotic can't make as many substitutes. So we do get the Spore. So I am glad I went that route. That burn is going to help, but man, this is going to be tough. Light screen is over too. We're going to fire off this Nightshade. Hopefully we can wake up in one turn. Maybe it happens. We get the withdraw. And Sylveon comes out. Sylveon is going to take damage thanks to the Stealth Rock. I am still fast asleep. Oof. This is going to be problematic. Sylveon is going to hit hard. Sylveon goes for that Hyper Voice. I survive it. I'm still asleep. Oh my goodness, folks. This might be it. I gotta heal up. I get another Hyper Voice. Oh no, and Corsola was knocked out. Unfortunate there. The opponent found a way to knock me out there, and the sleep turns hurt for sure. That Shiinotic was really powerful. I was surprised that Stored Power did that much. I thought I would have ignored the attack boost, but I think I didn't know where Stored Power's boosted attack, but I didn't get extra power because of that. So, yeah, I think if I knocked out the Sinistea earlier, that would have opened up a lot of doors. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. That was a great battle by my opponent, by the way. I think that they employed some really smart tactics to kind of circumvent my team for sure. So it was awesome to see that. All right, we got a battle against Samuel. Samuel has a lot of scary Pokemon. Doesn't make it easy for SU to come in. But I do like having... I think Clefable is really good here. I like Dragovish. We could also set up Dragon Dance. Yeah, I'll give this a shot. Yeah, it was a tough one for sure. That opponent had a lot of awesome tech. I really did appreciate their thoughtfulness in building out their team. So it was really fun to fight that one. I think that it was a good fight for sure. And the opponent had to think about how to do a Corsola in the long run too. So yeah, the sleep turns hurt. And if I woke up on one of those turns, that would have been enough. All right, so we are actually going to see Sylveon come out to play. And so I am going to take this opportunity to go ahead and set up Stealth Rock. And then hopefully with Red Card, get Pokemon switched out here. Sylveon is an impressive force with those Hyper Voices. So we are going to take this decently well. Oof, that's a lot of damage though. And so I hold that Red Card. Get out of here, Sylveon. We'll deal with you later. And we get the Salazzle coming out. So not a bad choice. Not bad Pokemon to come out here. So I am going to get off the Stealth Rock. Salazzle will most likely knock out Clefable next turn. I don't think that Salazzle will want to stay. Yeah, it probably will want to stay in. So let's go ahead and fire off this Moonblast anyways, just in case it doesn't. We do get the Sludge Wave. And Sludge Wave is enough to knock out Clefable. I don't know if I... Okay, it's Life Orb. Great, perfect. I'd love to see that. Let's go with Haxorus. Main thing here is that I want to, so I break the mold, so no abilities are going to make you immune to my attacks. I'm going to set up Dragon Dance here, and I'm curious to see what Salazzle will try to do here. If you switch into Sylveon, then I will outspeed, and then I can use Iron Tail next turn. So Salazzle actually sets up Nasty Plot, trying to out-maneuver me with its special attack boost. But I'm going to go ahead and fire off this Dragon Dance, getting that +1 in speed, and that should be enough to outspeed this Salazzle. Which will be helpful in the long run. Question here is that, do I go for the Outrage expecting to switch out? I feel like I should go for the Outrage. Because even if the opponent switches out into Sylveon, okay, they decide not to switch out. That means I get to run my Rampage and make it work. Let's see Haxorus go! Let's make it happen, folks! So Haxorus is going to Dynamax here. I get that free power-up, and hopefully this will be enough to outspeed the entire opponent's team. I get a fire off this Max Wormwind. This power is incredible. That's enough to knock out Salazar here. Alrighty, let's see what comes up next. Sylveon is sent out, but Sylveon most likely is not going to outspeed this Haxorus. And so I can just fire off a Stealth Rock, helps deal with damage to Sylveon. I'm just going to fire off this Max Steel Spike. Let's see what happens here. The opponent is also going to respond with their Dynamax of their own. And so I guess the question here is, does a +1 Max Steel Spike knock out a Dynamax Sylveon? And if the answer is yes, then we're going to be in a great spot. But usually Sylveon won't have access to Fairy-type moves Dynamax, because most of its moves are pixelated. So it'll be interesting to see what Sylveon's game plan is here. Maybe a Max Guard. Nope. It's going to just stay in. I'm going to fire off this Max Steel Spike, and that is enough. Unfortunate for Sylveon, the cute ribbons on its hair are ripped apart as my Haxorus rampages through, and that's just enough for this knockout here. And Toxapex is the last Pokemon sent out. Not a great spot for Toxapex to be in. Toxapex is definitely going to be worn down by both Haxorus and Corsola. And I feel very confident having both of them kind of going in here. And I get to fire off this Max Wormwind, coming off incredible power here, and that's enough to knock out Toxapex, and that's all she wrote. There you go, the original queen of the battlefield. Give it up for Haxorus. We gotta give it up for Haxorus. Can we give it up for Haxorus? She did an amazing job there, and actually that was what the team was originally built on, so glad to see that. Alright, folks. I think I'm going to have to call it for this evening. We've been streaming for about 3... Oh, you know what? Let's check out the team first. I am curious. So we see Amoonguss with Black Sludge. No Nature, which is weird. It's Hardy Nature. That's the worst. You should be at least modest, if anything. Gujo with Assault Vest. Assault Vest Gujo with Speed? Oh, okay. Okay, so I get this. But yeah, you don't have any Fairy type attacks in Dynamax. Nate, this one makes sense. Yeah, sure. The Salazzle made sense. And the Toxapex did make sense. Great call in for having Dragovish come in, yeah, but yeah, we're a team for sure. But yeah, awesome battles overall, folks. Alrighty, so let me get back to full screen here. I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had an absolute blast, and it was awesome getting to play, hang out with y'all, playing some Pokemon. We actually got really far. So actually, I am curious. All right, I'm gonna do this. Let me see if I don't think I upped my rank to Ultra Ball with this. Hang on. Here, let's take a look. I am curious. I don't think I did. And the Rage Quits. Yeah, we got a lot of quits tonight, which was awesome. Okay, so we got a couple points, so we're close to Ultra Ball. But we haven't gotten there yet. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. It was awesome to be able to play Pokemon with y'all. Shout out to so many people. Daxman45, Neuron Gamer, Kitten Fangs, Bade Watermelon, and our newest follower, Triple Bolt. By the way, Daxman45, I need to set up my Nightbot properly for you because I need to give you a huge shout out. Daxman45 right now is working on the Extra Life live stream. So what this is that on November 7th, on a Saturday, he will be streaming pretty much the entire day. And the idea behind this is to raise money for children in Salt Lake City in the hospital systems over there. So if you want to donate, check out his channel. I know a couple of y'all follow him already. He's doing an awesome job there. And so excited for the November 7th stream that you're going to have out there. I will be hosting that as well. So definitely check it out. I highly recommend y'all support him through that. Neuron Gamer has an awesome channel there as well. Neuron Gamer talks a lot about mental health. He is certified in a lot of these topics, and it's really cool to see how he brings mental health awareness in different games. Like uh, I know that he's done tabletop. He's running actually a one shot that I'm going to be participating in, as well as a couple of other awesome things. So huge shout out to Neuron Gamer. Definitely check it out. But yeah, big two things here. Daxman 45's extra live stream coming up on November 7th. Check it out. Neuron Gamer, great mental health resources if y'all are interested or need anything like that. It's been beneficial. And actually, I brought a lot of that into my playthrough of online Sword and Shield. Um, yeah, that's what I was doing. Yeah, um, that's what I need to do. Um, Thank you. So I do have Nightbot set up, but it never popped up in our stream today, which is a bummer. So I might have to reactivate it or figure that out. But yeah, I do want to give those shout outs in the chat as well. Make it easier for y'all to check out those channels, check out awesome work that you guys have been doing. And I love how you guys have transformed gaming, not just to enjoy games with people, but to really make a difference in others' lives. That's something I highly respect. Um, and I do want to make sure uh, that yeah, for sure. And I gotta give you guys more mod powers for sure to give you guys shout outs for that. So but anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had an absolute blast. I'm thrilled that work gave me this headset so I can listen to the music with y'all. It was fun to listen to Mario Kart music, and I had to find other soundtracks to listen to as well. But with that, thank you guys again so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time here on Gaming with Smiles.